All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Rob.
This is Tony.
And this is Big Lou.
My name's Sebastian.
So it's been a while since we've been on, so we've been back together, but the other day I went to, I'm just going to start it right off because it irritated the shit out of me, because I've seen a lot of companies that are starting to do this whole, like, go digital and change shit up, and I went to Walmart the other day to buy groceries like we normally do, walked around, dude. They have 4 fucking cash registers now for people, and the rest are all self-checkout. Might as well go to fucking Food for Less, right? Because that's where you have to bag your own shit. Now I got to ring it up. I don't get no discount for working there. Like, what the fuck?
And they watch you.
Yeah, they have people watching you. Well, why don't you just ring it up? Why are you fucking watching me? You work here.
But it's for expense. Just a speedy checkout.
Speedy checkout? Not when you don't know what you're doing.
You know why it's speedy?
Dog, you can't go.
Hey, but
yourself?
fuck that.
Hey.
They can't stop me at the door from missing anything either because I ain't been trained.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was actually thinking of getting like some type of device that makes that sound. That way, oh man, you can walk out with some good stuff. Because I was at Home Depot, like, damn, I didn't want to buy the stuff. So I was
Don't let Rob walk into Walmart.
No,
A lot more shit's gonna happen. There was I think when the PS4s came out, somebody had taken a PS4 to the self-checkout and weighed it and paid the weight price like a fucking fruit, and he walked out with a PS4 for like $20.
Wow.
I hope a lot more of that shit happens so that they learn their lesson.
So, do you not use the ATM machine?
That's different. Only
now it's different.
Only after hours.
So during banking hours, you don't go to the ATM machine to withdraw money?
No, he goes up to the fucking teller. It's psychopathic.
I work
because he's trying to get a date. Let's be real.
Well,
None of them women are direct.
now that there's a balance in the account, maybe, you know what I mean. But at some point, just hit the ATM. But no, I work during the day, so if I need cash, I can't go during the day. I got to go at night. It's the ATM's open. I'll go hit it. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go. I got no other choice. Or if I'm putting gas, I'll just take out an extra 20 here, an extra 40 there.
Okay, gas. Do you pay at the pump or do you go inside? And
I go inside.
Is it OCD?
No, it's that if I have to do all the work, I better get a fucking discount. Why, if I have to do all the work, if I got to self-check myself out?
How you getting a discount getting gas?
That's what I'm saying. If I'm paying for it and I'm doing it outside by myself, I don't have to see nobody. There's no interaction with the person because the person is your biggest expense in business, right? If I don't have to interact with anybody and I got to do it, why am I still getting charged the same price as somebody that goes inside? The same at Walmart. The prices are more expensive and now I got to check my own shit out.
Now, what I was saying about if I don't know what I'm doing, of course, it's obviously pretty easy to just get a damn scanner and beep. But let's just say there's like some kind of error. It's not reading it properly, or there's a discount that didn't come out. Now you have to wait on the one person who's attending to like 12 different machines to come and enter their code or get a supervisor. That's what I was talking about. I mean, yeah, it's easy to grab and scan, but you're right. If I'm going to be grabbing, scanning, and bagging my own shit, they should at least offer some kind of a 2% discount on your products since they're not paying overhead on someone else doing it.
Lou, they fixed that. They've put lights that are conveniently placed above each register, that if something is awry or you need to throw your ID for an alcoholic purchase, the light flashes red. And if the register is available, it's just a solid green.
However, though, again, we're talking about one person that attends these.
Why are they going to
all
give
these
you a
registers, and you have to wait on this one person to attend to you, and God forbid they're already attending one customer, and this customer transaction's taking forever.
We should fucking do that. We should all go in at once and have something go wrong at each register and just fucking clog them up.
I just
edit that out.
I just don't understand why people think they want a discount, because it's either take it or leave it or get the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you want that personal service, go to Jensen's.
Well, like,
okay,
but why? But it's always been there, though.
Okay, let's be real.
And they didn't lower the prices.
You're at Walmart, kid.
So let me ask you a question.
No. Hold on a second. Let's be real about this.
Okay.
You go to Motel 6 and you're expecting a bellman. No, it ain't going to happen. Okay? You going to Walmart. That's what you get. Remember that TV you bought not too long ago?
Yeah, I got fucked up service from Walmart.
Exactly, because you got it from
You
Walmart.
went to Target.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly. It's a little step
Like Target,
up.
don't make it better.
And Target didn't have that size of TV. That's why I didn't go there. I would have got it from them. But let me ask you this then. It would be the same as if you offered, hey, you know what? I'm not going to do your pool anymore because I'm retiring. I'm just going to go drop off all the fucking equipment and I'm still going to charge you the same.
No, it'd be like more like, hey, I'm going to put this machine in your pool, automatic vacuum. But the homeowner's going to say, well, I want a discount because you're not going to be vacuuming. The machine is.
Absolutely.
No.
Hell no.
Why not?
Oh,
You're not doing any work no more?
Let me rephrase it this way. I'm going to go to a tire shop. I need a new tire. They come out with a drill to take my lug nuts. No, I want you to do it by hand. Unless you're going to give me a discount because you're doing it with a drill.
No, that's different.
Oh, here we go with the different.
That ain't even the same. Come on.
It is the same.
Yeah, no.
I'm expecting
that's
service.
Like, no. That's like you going to the hospital and you go in there you got stabbed or whatever, and then they just drop off a fucking needle and thread. Be like, cool, yeah, that ain't bad. All you got to do is sew that shit up and get yourself right out.
See, if you go to General Hospital, they gonna put a Band-Aid over that shit.
Here comes Rob with his personal experience.
And you can just do that shit in the waiting room, right?
If you go to the hospital, I ain't saying no names, but, people that
almost
pay
did.
money, they're gonna treat you right. So if you want, and what Tony's saying, if you want to get treated right, go to a place where they're gonna treat you right. If
You know why? You know why? Because Tony Bougie.
That's exactly.
Hey,
Hey,
you already getting a discount because Walmart prices are lower.
Bullshit. That shit is expensive as shit, dude.
And go to Jensen's or go to Gelson's, and it's going to be
Oh,
twice
fuck
as much.
that.
Hey, you
Gelson's,
see
fuck
Jensen's
that.
carne asada?
Gelson's is expensive.
Okay.
And you know what? Their fruit there doesn't last any longer.
And you know what? They don't have any digital machines.
You're right.
Got no
But that's why they charge all that extra
See
shit.
what I'm saying? So you are getting a discount by going to Walmart.
No, same shit.
No, you just want more of a discount.
Yeah, because I'm doing it all myself.
That's true though. You are doing it yourself at Walmart. They're like, but it's like food.
Might as well go to Food for Less. At least shit's cheaper there. And I can
but
get
that
carne
shit don't
asada cut the right way.
You always bump into fools that you want to fight though. I'll just at Walmart too. You got to go to
You
Target.
do, yeah. I think you're barking up the wrong tree.
So you're okay with everybody. Now this goes back to what we talked about before with me ordering food and having it delivered, right? Because all those people that worked at the front counter at Walmart, where the fuck are they? They all lost their job. Now on top of paying for that shit, now we're paying for them to collect their
No, they haven't lost their jobs. They're the ones watching you guys, making sure you ain't stealing nothing at those
One
digital.
motherfucker in that bullpen watching you. He stands at the counter, waits for that light to
You'd be
flash
surprised. They're undercover walking around.
Hey, my
And you know what-
mother-in-law got fired, dude, from Walmart. She worked there for 10 years because she searched some person's
Somebody got something in common with somebody.
What? Oh, we incognito with Walmart?
No.
What?
Who else? You got fired from Walmart?
But I had a
mother-in-law?
mother-in-law that
Oh, so anyways,
she
yeah, bro.
quote
my
unquote
mo-
retired from Walmart.
No, my mother-in-law's from the hood, dog. So she don't give a fuck if you stealing. No matter you were Walmart or down the street or in her house.
And my
she's gonna let
mother-in-law,
you know.
my mother-in-law was a bougie lady from the hood.
Yeah, so she said, "Hey, you got something in your bag. I seen you put it in there." Lady was like, "Oh no, you didn't," and she did. Right? And my mother-in-law, sure enough, they searched her, found her. They fired her, bro.
Really?
They fired my mother-in-law.
Why?
For searching her bag. She can't do it no more.
Wow.
Unlawful search and seizure.
Yep. Even though she had the stolen property in her purse and they got her for stealing everything, it's a policy at Walmart. You can't search their bag.
You could ask them. But if they,
So in other words,
they don't have to.
Walmart will let you steal.
You have, yeah, bro. If you walk out there, they gotta pretty much let you walk out and just call the cops. So if you ever need something big, just walk out.
The beater's not going to stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Not their job.
But you said their TVs are not that dependable. So there goes that.
No, it's
there goes that concept.
it wasn't that.
Walmart brand TV.
Yeah, well, if it's a Walmart brand TV, you might want to be worried about it. But I mean, it's a legit brand, bro. It's not the same one they sell everywhere. Just Just a bad TV. Motherfucker works now.
It's probably the warehouse where they shipped it at Walmart. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call them out too, Rob.
Fuck it, we'll call everybody. I don't give a fuck.
Walmart warehouse, get your shit together.
That's right.
Well, and then they started making like the aisles are real thin, like
They're trying to fit more product
yeah.
and less people.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a. I think maybe what they're doing, because I think they're doing kind of like where Amazon does, where you could put shit in your cart. Like there's something digital that they're doing with an Amazon store where you go ahead. What's your name? Tell everybody who you are.
Vince, what's up, man?
My boy Vince, guys.
Just slide the mic over in front of Vince and let him.
What's up? Yeah, they're. I actually ordered something from Walmart. And they'll pull it for you. They'll hold it in the bag. You just got to walk in, tell them what your name is, show them the order number. They give it right there for you. So they can do the shopping for you. That's what they're trying to do.
Target does the same shit. Sorry, Target.
My wife does it all the time. You know, she dials something up at Walmart and she goes picks it up. And she gets all excited to do it. I'm like, what the hell? She's like, oh yeah, I ordered it. I'm gonna go pick it up.
Well, Walmart will do food delivery now too. Like I could order it all online and have them bring it to you, but
But the downside of doing that is like if you go in to pick your own vegetables and fruits,
you're picking
quality.
Right.
They're just gonna grab whatever is there, throw it in a bag, and take it.
They're gonna pick the top apple, whether it's got a brown spot on the bottom or not.
They probably trying to get rid of some old shit.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some snot-nosed kid who doesn't really know anything about fruit. Maybe even grab the wrong fruit because he doesn't know the difference.
Or some old motherfucker who did not give a fuck about his job anymore.
Hey, what if someone teabags the fruit and then gives it to you? What the fuck? I ain't doing that shit. I'm gonna pick my own shit. Fuck that shit, man.
Well, you wash your fruit before you eat it, don't you?
Hey, you can't get a teabag off of it.
You get a little soap and water. You got to get all that wax and pesticides off.
You'll never know.
You can get a snail trail off an apple.
Boss man is pretty, you know.
I don't know.
Now anytime Rob goes to fucking wash a fruit and he's fucking rubbing it, he's gonna think about balls.
No, I'm just saying, you guys probably are though. Oh man.
So, what about Black Friday? What are they gonna do for Black Friday? They're gonna have everybody check themselves out.
Yeah.
They better have.
That-
I'm gonna go to fucking Black Friday and go Walmart shopping.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I mean they have the only like way in the back. They still have the electronics department, and there's a register there, and you have to pay for your electronics in that department. You can't leave there without paying that shit. So the days of walking out with a big TV, well, but Black Friday they put them all in the fucking aisles, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. You know, I gotta tell you, I know somebody who's gone to Walmart Black Friday and has come up on a couple TVs because they don't have a good process.
Right.
You know what I mean? You walk in, you're like, yeah, I'm here for my TV. They'll load it in your fucking vehicle and you're out.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They help you carry it all out and shit.
Yep.
Well, and then they put all the big TVs right there by the door when you go in, so pick one up, walk right the fuck back out.
Yep.
Man, people are ghetto as fuck. Come on.
You're one to talk, Rob.
Hey, I pay for my shit.
Rob's making a Christmas list.
I know one thing, man, that it's a pecking order, man. You got to pay for your shit so they can pay for their shit so they can pay their employees. It's just a pecking order, man.
Yo, I gotta say though, man, one thing that really impressed me about Walmart, right, is that recently they announced that they're raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
That's why they got rid of all their fucking employees.
Oh,
There it is right there. That's why they got fucking rid of everybody. Oh, we got to pay you $15 an hour?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Getting rid of half of the staff.
But everybody who's working is gonna make at least $15 an hour.
That's right.
I thought that was a good move because you're telling your people that you respect them and that you want them to come to work and do a good job for you.
But not all you
And
guys.
then the next day have them install their fancy new self-checkout line and then fire them the next.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why they got these. I mean, cashiers make most money, right?
I mean,
Not at Walmart.
so I mean,
Yeah, grocery stores they do, right?
it depends on how you see it. I mean, glass half empty, half full. So yeah, you raise this minimum wage. So yeah, so you make a couple employees happy, but now guess what? You just got rid of 2 or 3 employees. So
But that might have been a good opportunity for them to address those low-performing employees and say, you know what, we're going to have to let you go because we have to make cuts. And based on your performance, you're going to be the one to get let go.
So how long you been working for Walmart as a representative?
That's true, though. They probably didn't get rid of a lot of people because, let's be fair, none of them fucking registers are open but 2.
Dude, think about the pandemic and all the people that were lazy that people were able to fire. Think about this shit.
Yeah, but also with the pandemic, a lot of businesses had to hire extra people to cover the people that were going to be out there.
FedEx, UPS. Oh, I can't say those. But no, they did. They did. They all hired because my nephews, dude, out of nowhere, they're driving FedEx trucks. And I'm like, what the hell? What type of test did you? Nothing. They just gave me my shit and I'm gone.
Do you know how to drive? Yes.
Here, Theo, you want a box?
Pretty much. And then he gets fired and I feel bad because he's young, he's 21 or 22, and he had a good job, FedEx, the whole family's proud of him. And then he calls me, he says, Nino, I said, what's going on? He's like, I got fired today, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, kid. He said, what happened? He's like, well, I only called in like 2 or 3 times a month. And I was like, well, that's your thing right there, godson, you can't do that. He's like, well, the thing is I work 7 days straight for them, 12, 13, 15 hours. I say, yeah, but they don't look at that, They don't look at what you put in, They look at it's a computer that decides how many days you miss and how many times you call in.
It's about what they can get out of you.
It's because they're all union employees, so they got MOUs, man. They got black and white shit they got to look at.
Yeah. But I felt bad because he was so proud of everybody was proud of him, but I wish I would have known he would have called in because I told him, like, man, that's one thing you don't do. After I talked to him and I called him, I said, I probably missed 3 days of work in the last 10 years, because
Is that true, Tony?
he knows that.
Yeah.
He knows
Why'd you wait so long?
and those 3 days was when my mother-in-law passed away, so... you just don't miss work, man.
Right.
And now he learned. I hope he learns from that. And the next good job he gets, he's probably going to do a lot better and stuff.
No, I hear you because I work for a company that they give us our sick days, but here we get all these sick days accumulated, and we can't use them. We can't carry them over or cash them in. But it's kind of like unwritten rule that's frowned upon
To take them. But that's the old school way of looking about it.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this company that I work for is the first one that ever, hey, if you need time off or you're sick, take your sick days. That's what they're there for. And when you take your sick days, nobody's supposed to call you. You're sick, you're homesick. Go take your fucking day. Don't worry about it. Your job's here. All right.
But because of that, I hardly ever call in sick, even when I am sick. So with me, it's like, and even like when I'm hungover. But when I'm hungover,
Hold on a second. That's every damn day, Big Lou. Let's talk. I'll just fuck
But Big Lou, are you hungover more than you're sick, or can you tell the difference? Like,
oh, believe me, I can tell the difference. So no, with me, when I am sick, I don't use those days I probably should. I probably. Dumb on my part. When I get older and wiser, I'm going to be reflecting back on why didn't I use those days?
When you get older?
A lot older. I'm not nowhere near retirement yet. But on the days when I am hungover, to make an example for your hijado, your godson, there was days when I didn't want to get up because I was super hungover. But I could picture my father like on the edge of my bed, looking at me saying, all right, cabron, you did this to yourself. Now you better get your ass up and take care of your responsibilities. And I could just like hear it like he was right there next to me, and I'm like, I better get up.
Oh, you want to go out and party like a man? Now you got to go to work like a man. Get up and go. Let's go.
Get up like a man and work.
That's right.
So So
that's the Mexican way, bro.
But you know what? I think it's more of a generational culture that we had. You know what I mean? So the era that we grew up in, the schooling that we got, you know what I mean? The people who taught us to be responsible, to be hard workers, to be honorable. You know what I mean? So it's up to us to pass it on to our kids.
That shit's lost.
Have we done that, though?
It's going to get lost.
Have we done that? I think I've done it to a certain degree, but not to my father's degree. And I think it keeps getting watched down as generations go by. Because our parents weren't like our grandparents. And we're definitely nowhere like our parents. So little by little, it's becoming a lot lost.
Well, when you
traditional
can
culture.
when you can drink at night on and do a 30-second TikTok, and then wake up in the morning and do a 30-second TikTok all maleado and stay in bed all day long because they're paying you for people to watch it. Why get the fuck out of bed?
That's right.
Yeah. Life people.
So they're getting lazier but smarter.
Everything's changed, bro. It's not like when we were young. I remember my uncle. He had 2.5 acres. And I took care of sheep, rams, you guys know what's up.
Yeah.
Point.
Point.
I won. Anyways, I took care of chickens, goats, everything, right? And he told me one time, he's like, you see all these weeds? It's about 1 acre.
He said, no.
He said, no, he was a cop, bro. He was a retired police officer, so he was all strict. He tells me, I want them all out. And I was like, all right. He's like, and pull them by hand because they'll grow back fast if you cut them. And I remember I finished 1 acre of pulling weeds, dude. And it took me 2 weeks. And I came back and he gave me $20, man. Never forget that.
$20 for an acre?
For 1 acre of pulling weeds.
He got you, dog.
Oh, that's all that fool did. Mm-hmm. That's all.
I'm glad we didn't have no fucking land. I'd be sharing stories just like you.
I got 2 words for that story. Round up.
I got one word for you, mesothelioma.
I probably died of cancer exactly the other day. No, trip on this. I ain't gonna bullshit. The other day, me and Tony, I don't like calling him that, I call him Pacheco, but I'll do that for everybody. We went to Home Depot.
It's such a sacrifice.
It is, bro, because I've heard about Tony.
Your stories are long enough. Keep going.
So, anyways, we're in Home Depot and this fool grabs Roundup. First day I thought it was cancer and shit. I was like, damn, man. But then I seen that they had a different label. So I said, all right, my boy's good.
I'm going to lose Tony.
But I did think about that cancer shit.
So we have something we want everybody to try. Grab the glasses, throw in some ice. There's these new drinks that Mountain Dew came out with.
Oh, damn.
They're it's like a watermelon, and people are trying them with vodka. And they say that it's super delicious, so we're gonna try it out right now. We got some.
Keep talking.
We got some good vodka.
Drink 2.
That's to Steven.
Yeah.
We miss you, bro.
Yeah, no, you're good. Good.
Mixing your shot they usually put together. That's pretty good.
What was that? Oh yeah, right.
Even those juicy. What was that? Candy? Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, Jolly. I think that's kind of what it tastes like. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but I don't have the candy for the fucking rim. This is low budget bullshit. You know what I mean? We're gonna give you the hood version of that shit.
Might take a minute.
Hey, it's all right. Back in the days, we used to drink Boone's for crying out loud.
Right?
Hey, Boone's was a shit though.
Good for the girls.
Boone's was a panty dropper, dog.
Yo, you got Boone's and you got some Mickeys. It's a party, homie.
Right?
Look, we used to go to College Junior. We asked them for a cup of ice. Obviously, they don't charge you for a cup of ice. And then they would look at you, make sure you didn't get any soda, which that wasn't our plan anyway. For those listening, that's the ice coming down to the glass.
Wait a minute.
What did I do?
Oh, you're good.
Oh no, they were hearing that ice machine in the background.
Machine in the background. But you know what? That paints a picture. Our boy Sebastian, our sea bass.
But you know what's funny is that I don't know. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I know that I could tell who I was drinking with or what party I was at by what drinks were getting passed around. You know what I mean? If it was Budweiser, you were probably with the Mexicans. If it was like Coors Light or Bud Ice, you were with the white kids. And then shit started getting crazy. Started getting crazy when the white boys pulled out fucking Jaeger. And as soon as the white boys started, woo, I'm fucked up. It's time to go. Time to go.
I was cool with a red Solo cup.
And then Zima came out.
That
Remember
was
Zima?
when it first came out. I'm sorry. I loved when it first came out.
So did all the women.
I mean, but keep in mind, I mean, I wasn't an experienced drinker when that came out. I didn't know any better.
Do you think you'd like it now?
What? You must have been what?
You know what?
20?
Based on my last recollection of when I last drank it, obviously the last impression I had of it was good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
It's,
sweet.
it's truly now. It's
Is that what it is? It's truly?
pretty much. It's pretty
Smirnoff,
close.
Yeah.
right?
I haven't had that. I've never had a White Claw.
Ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What? I thought that was malt beer.
It's like a malt. Yeah, it's a sweet malt type.
It was a chip
Yeah,
drink,
there.
bro.
I don't want everybody to get
Whatever, dude. But when I was young and dumb, I didn't know any better about
We must have been 20 when that came out, right? 18.
Yeah, probably about 18, 19. You're about the same age, right? You're 49-ish?
7-ish.
Oh,
You know what it was? It was that bottle.
Yeah.
It was like
No,
a
you know what
square
it was?
clear.
It was the environment, homie. Back in those days, you had DPs, you had fucking house parties.
Yeah.
Fucking girls over at the fucking pad.
No,
yeah.
Homies getting faded. It's only 12 o'clock. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not even 1 p.m.
For those of you who are 40 and above, you know what house parties are. Not a house party, but deep house parties. That's what you're referring to, right, Vince?
I was
This
talking
house party.
more about like fucking just general gangster.
Everybody-
Everybody's in the fucking house.
To me,
Everybody
back in
getting
my-
faded.
Nah, if you're talking about
People getting
gangster,
crazy.
everybody's in the front yard.
Yeah, that's different. A
Yeah,
house
all
party-
cholos, all Mexicans, everybody partied in the front yard. Ain't nobody in the backyard.
Inside.
Not if they're on probation. Or
Yeah,
parole.
yeah, right?
You know what I'm saying?
See, a house party for me back in my day, well, our day, house party was deep house music. You know,
Oh no, for me it was like Roger and Zap, fucking old school funk, bumping it. You
oh,
know,
don't get me wrong, we played some of that too. But for me, every time I hear house parties, to me it was house music,
I think
deep
a
house.
kid and play in house party.
Oh, yeah. Live DJs. That was a shit back in the day.
That's
No,
probably where DJ Paychecks started.
Did you ever play any parties?
No, not at all. No.
no.
Why not?
I wasn't doing it back then.
No? Oh, well, shit. I told you got your setup right there on top of the waterfall. The first party we do right there.
Oh, you
And
get
then
down, bro.
he's practicing with the band, so we're going to get the band together up on the fucking, what do you call it? We'll be good.
So all you loyal listeners, Mingo's throwing an invite right now.
Oh, hell no, I'm not. Shit. I'm going to give the wrong address in Thousand Palms. Shit.
About to go live on that shit.
Yeah, right?
It could
No.
be like Frank Sinatra.
Thank you, sir. Sebastian here.
No, I want it
bringing us
more
our
like
glasses.
I want it more like the death row parties.
And I don't mean that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's my shit.
right?
That's my shit, homie.
When that fool has his he had his flags, I guess, when in the 40s and 50s, Sinatra 60s,
Thank you.
Damn, 40s, 50s,
40s,
yeah.
50s. If he had it's called Twin Palms Estate, his home in Palm Springs, and when you could see his flags, that means anybody who's seen him could go over there and party.
Okay, so hold on. We gotta try it now that I got everybody relaxed.
Yeah, full minus. Huge.
Yeah.
I ran out of small glasses. I don't apologize.
I don't blame you. Let's
go.
Hey.
And he made him a little heavy. See what you like. So this is strawberry Mountain Dew, right?
It's called Major Melon, and it's got militarized watermelons on the bottle.
Militarized?
Militarized.
What the fuck's that?
Military.
Like military?
Oh, shit.
Root word being military.
That's my kind of drink then.
Dressed as
Ah!
I heard, hey, is it true that...
They got soldier watermelons.
There you go.
Wait, is it true? I heard that since there's no women in the military, like, people were fucking watermelons and shit.
I must have been way before my
just
time.
It's cantaloupe.
Oh, it's cantaloupe.
Because cantaloupe's got all that string in there. So,
They
you
throw
know.
that shit in the microwave.
Plus, I wasn't.
Take you back to the 70s, dog. You know what I mean?
They throw the cantaloupe in the microwave.
Plus, I wasn't in the military. I was in the U.S. Marines. We're above and beyond the military, damn it.
Shit.
Are we just trying it?
Yeah, try it
Well,
out.
I thought we were gonna be like salud.
Oh, we get salud.
Hey, homie.
Salud.
Salud a todos.
There you go. Salud, cabrones, to the Sideshow.
Oh, that's fucking good.
That's pretty tasty. You made it a
Oh,
little.
that's nice.
You made it a little stiff, but
Yeah, actually,
No? You want more?
No? Because I know this is going
That's
to
good.
be fucked.
You can taste it
Yeah.
now.
yeah,
Look,
it's
this
a little
is good,
strong,
and
but it is good.
my compa is even enjoying it.
Yeah, it's actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Nice.
Once my daughter hears this,
oh, it'll be on and popping, right? I'll send you home with a bottle. You got vodka at the house?
Every time
Yeah,
I
she
turn
got vodka
around,
now.
you gotta ask for a shot. She's already bringing it.
That's our
Like,
last fucking bottle. You ain't sitting with that.
I wasn't going
try to
to.
bring you guys one tonight.
I was giving them a bottle of strawberry.
But they don't sell bottles at A&PM. Am I
Here's-
allowed to say?
Yeah, go ahead. You just can't talk about the places that everybody else works at.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how he has.
So like wherever it is
that.
that my compa Tony works at, you can't talk about his place of business. That's the rule. Right, Compa?
Yeah.
We can't talk about your company, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So does that mean?
Chippendales, bro? I don't.
So does that mean I can't call him Pool Checo?
Oh.
Hey, let's delete that name.
You poured it. Yeah.
Do you want one of these drinks?
See,
I don't know if I have to drive.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna hang
That's a good answer.
that's a good answer. There you go.
No, I don't know if I'm gonna drive. If not, I'll do it.
All right.
It should give me a
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is live iPod.
That was my other son, Milo.
iPod podcast.
And he always talks that loud. He's always.
What? He's like Rob at the end of a sentence all the time.
Yeah, right?
Deviated septum, man.
That ain't no deviated septum.
Your deviated
That's how you
freaking
talk.
voice.
Yeah, that's a Chicano thing, bro.
Yo,
That's a Mexican thing.
Sometimes
It's a
we sit there,
lowrider.
we're smoking, and then after a while, I gotta like really like.
Really pay attention, right? Look,
Shit.
look. You do. You talk really. I have really bad fucking hearing, bro.
It's that lowrider in me.
That's right.
Because I've always had fucking loud stereos in my car, and I wore headphones for 9 years. So that night at your house when we were sitting out back and you were talking, I was fucking leaning way forward, like, the fuck is he saying? I hope I give the right expression to what he's saying, because if not,
Just tell me, say it.
No, can you imagine the youth of today, though? 'Cause with those fucking earbuds and everything. These guys don't fucking keep it down low either.
no.
My son sleeps with
I think, the youth of today now, everybody from here on out with those damn earbuds, especially the youngsters, because they like to blast their music, because we did it, but we did it with a boombox. Only one of our ears is blown away, not the other one. But the youngsters, they have both earbuds and they're blasting their music. For crying out loud, I can hear my kids' music from across the hallway, and they have their earbuds on. Yeah, I get on their
Shit, if
case
you
for
can
that.
still hear that, you're doing good, dude.
But the thing is, it's just like
That's right.
back in the day, the ghetto blaster when they used to put it on their shoulder.
But that's what I'm saying. Boombox.
Yeah.
At least only one ear goes away. At least only one ear goes deaf. The other one's still working.
Yeah, but that's only if you were if you had the whack one. If you had the one with the two speakers, you put your head by the cassette and it goes right past your whole
Nah,
head.
but like my compa said,
You got a big head, though. It might.
Nah, but you never put the speakers towards you, though. You always put the speakers. You want everybody else to hear your music. Back in the days, I remember that. You always wanted to show off your music, so you wanted everybody else to hear it. So you'd be walking around, turning around everywhere so everybody could hear.
Said I remember being 15, 16, going downtown Palm Canyon with a boombox, and somebody carried cardboard so we could go do our break dancing back in the day. Shit,
Oh, it's on. You see
all day long.
Or get
Yup.
a blaster. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
No, keep going. Don't get shy now.
I wasn't prepared, man.
All right.
I got some cardboard, though.
I was 3 times and I had to play. You're welcome.
He's off.
Yeah, you were supposed to do the intro tonight. What happened?
What happened to the
No
intro?
one said anything, so that
Well, you can play an outro though. You're good.
Nope.
You know, I
You can close this out. I am requesting it right now.
fucking couple.
Orion,
I've already
closing
played
us out.
that. I've already played that.
I wasn't here in person to hear it.
Well, you heard it on the podcast. You're welcome.
Thank you for that. By the way,
I heard you were jamming
that's my favorite.
without us, bro. What's up with that?
Fuck off with this whole jamming without you guys.
You jammed without us, man.
Yeah,
We're
but with
supposed
other
to be
people
a
who
crew,
play
bro.
instruments. With Tony showed up.
We're supposed to be a crew, man. I would have
He was
definitely
here.
showed up if I
Ain't
knew
dropping
about
no
it.
names.
It was in the group text. You should have been
No,
there.
it wasn't.
Oh,
Yes, it was.
wow.
Text.
It was in the group text and you didn't show
Yeah,
up?
It was in the group chat with pictures.
I thought you loved me, Rob. What happened?
Yeah, a video.
He's
there,
fucking
there,
ignoring
saying,
me.
Hey, man, the boys are gonna.
I'm sorry. Well, Rob is a little upset because he didn't get the personal invite
No,
for me to show
no.
up.
I just would have liked
I
to
think
hear.
that would be a little
I would have liked to hear the homie jam. That's all. I heard you guys jams. You had fun.
Yeah, that dude, I needed that
What do you
shit.
think?
Serious?
Guitar.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
How was it?
it was fun. As much as I was scared, going out and doing it was actually a relief. So,
You
No,
know,
you
was-
do it. Fuck it.
that
Let's
too,
go.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. The other thing, like when he didn't know something, they were playing something. He's like, "How'd you do that?" And somebody would do, "Oh, okay." He would, and he learned like right there.
That's impressive.
And it's like, okay, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's being smart.
That
That
I've
means
learned.
you can walk up to a fucking piano and play it.
No, I
Yes,
can't
you
play.
can.
I can't.
Yes, you can. You don't know you can, but yes, you can.
You might be able to.
Playing a
If
piano is
somebody's all
different
like,
for
"Oh,
me.
let me show," okay, and you're like, "Boom," and you can do it. You can play a fucking piano.
Piano scares me.
guarantee it.
Piano scares
They
me.
say
Guarantee
piano.
it.
They say piano is the hardest. If you could play the piano,
You can play it. That yeah, I had that conversation with somebody the other day. That was, I can play the piano, but I can't play the guitar, and I'm jealous. It's like, I heard that if you pick up piano, you can play anything else.
Back in the day, I don't even remember what it was called. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was like portable piano. Like
Those are
guitar type
fucking
shit.
sick. That was in Final
badass.
Countdown.
I had one of those for
There's a
Christmas.
guitar, isn't it?
Yeah, guitar.
Guitar.
I got a cousin who's a professional pianist. He actually played in the Super Bowl when the Denver Broncos won. It's pretty badass, dude. He charged $300 an hour to teach the piano.
Damn.
You know, one thing I did notice though,
Oh, here comes the criticism.
it's a serious question, even though it sounds jokey.
Okay.
I notice when you play, your middle finger's up a lot.
Yes, that's how I play power chords.
Your mid, like he's like this.
Because
Like that shit. I know that so I know you guys.
Tony was showing his middle finger to everybody as he was playing the air guitar.
I know you guys can't see. Those of you that are listening can't see. The way that I used to play power chords was my index finger and my ring finger. And when I played that, my middle finger was always down, touching that third string in the back, so it would fuck up the note. So I taught myself to play with my pinky and to keep my middle finger up like that, so that it wouldn't touch the notes.
Nice.
That's badass.
It's how I play. And also, fuck you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you put a little flair into it too. You know,
He beat me to it while saying "fuck you" to the world.
Yeah.
Hey, Big Lou's son's a musician.
Yes, he is. Not a guitarist, but and you, thank you for that intro there, Rob. I was gonna follow up on that about if those who could play an instrument could probably play a piano. So, do you know how to read notes, or you just self-taught?
Everything I know is by ear.
Now, don't get me wrong. My oldest daughter, she plays the guitar too, or she strums the guitar, but she's self-taught too. But she's picking it up little by little. But her younger brother, my oldest son, he plays the clarinet. He's a classically trained clarinetist.
He's
But-
badass, huh?
but-
Badass.
Yeah.
But he somehow, some way, but he knows how to read notes.
Yeah.
But without one class, he started fucking around with the keys, and now he knows how to. I want to say he's like great.
Dabbling.
Yeah, he's dabbling with the guitar. Well, the
didn't he
keyboard.
play a ukulele once for us?
No, it was the violin.
Didn't you play the triangle in high school?
Tell us about that, compadre.
That was a diamond.
The triangle.
I
The
was
ding,
from the
ding.
diamond.
A long time ago, I don't know if he still has it. Remember that video I sent to you of the guy playing the triangle?
Wasn't that like an insurance commercial?
Yeah, dude. I said it.
Car insurance.
This was Tony in high school, man. He was getting down on the triangle. It was pretty cool.
I'm just glad I saw the videos. I'm just glad he wasn't doing duck lips, because when he's when he first started learning, like he'd get what when he was starting to get into it and he was feeling himself, because he'd do duck lips.
The best
like
artists
like
have you seen
Kim
them?
Kardashian duck lips.
Super fucking hard.
No, dude, remind me. I know Sebastian remembers the name, and I'm going brain dead right now, and I should know this. One of my favorite bassists of all time from Iron Maiden.
Oh fuck! I don't.
Steve
Harris.
something. No, Steve Harris.
Is it? I remember. It's been a while.
Might be right.
But he always has
We
that
fought
duck.
with
He
the
has the
dudes
duck
who
lips
listen to
going
Iron
too, when he's rocking out on the bass.
I've grown out of it. Every time I played and felt myself doing it, I had to fucking stop
You know
because I
what?
know what I looked like, and I fucking hated it.
Fuck it, embrace it, because when you're feeling it, you just gotta fucking let loose, man.
I know I do it when I
You gotta
bend notes like.
fucking let loose.
I know I do it when I bend notes like a motherfucker, because I'm practicing how to do that and how to get the muscle memory right on bending to the right note, and I can feel myself doing it, and it's like, fuck,
Dude,
man.
bro, have you seen some of the faces these artists, the best artists in
Yeah.
the world, make when they're getting down, bro?
Yeah.
They just that's just you getting into it. You know?
So I'm glad you get to see your son rock out, because I have to say
He wasn't there.
I'm jealous.
Either.
No, my compa Tony here.
Good looking.
Apparently one day he calls me up and says, "Hey, I didn't know your daughter was playing the guitar." I'm like, "I didn't know she was playing the guitar either." At one coffee shop. Or was it you?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
it was you.
Yeah.
I'm like, since when? So my daughter was like learning how to play the guitar on her own, like in soft taught as well.
Yeah,
And I
that's
guess
right.
she went to one of these coffee night, the open mic.
Open mic,
How cool.
open stage.
It's one of the places where you don't clap.
You snap.
snap your
Wow,
fingers.
that's cool.
That was the great
Hey,
So
that's
like,
that cool cat.
Yeah, right.
so how do you boo and snap?
That where
You just don't
I
snap.
think Lou got drunk and was
You're that
twerking
angry
that night.
motherfucker in the room that's not snapping. This bone
That's
fucking
the-
sucks.
Yeah, so I'm still a little upset with my daughter that she never invited my wife and I to go see her perform. I know she's a little shy,
Embarrassed,
timid,
yeah.
And nervous, and I'm sure that was her first performance, probably, or one of her first at least. So I was a little jealous of my boy here that he got to see my daughter perform, and I still
Hold on,
haven't
hold
had
on,
seen her perform.
Someone got to see who got to see who perform.
She was playing at a coffee shop.
And you were there?
Yeah.
He happened to be there.
What the?
This was a long time ago.
Yeah,
though.
like 2 years, 3 years ago.
Oh, more than that, wasn't it?
They do that shit in the afternoon?
It was before they went. They
Hold on a second.
What was
You
it?
popped in at a coffee shop and
About 3
the
years.
homie's daughter was playing the guitar there?
About 3 years ago, give or take. Maybe
Yeah,
4
okay.
at the most.
Damn, Lou, I thought this was yesterday.
Man, that
It
sounds
seems
like
like it sometimes.
sounds like she thinks of you very highly.
No, but think about it. I mean, come on. You gotta do away. You gotta do away with a year and a half of our life already, because a year and a half has passed by, and we haven't done shit. Because
So wait a minute, wait a minute.
in the house.
Hold on, wait.
But we have.
So you're telling me he saw your daughter play 3.5 years ago, and you haven't?
I mean, I've seen her play at home, but like
You haven't seen her at a venue.
in a venue.
She's the one that she sounds like she wants to impress you the most,
Oh man,
because she wants to perfect her craft before she shows it to you, so you could be proud of her.
Are you a
You're
fucking?
already proud.
Are you a lawyer, bro, or what?
I'm just very fucking passionate. Dad.
He's a lawyer because he's already defended Walmart already. Now he's defending my daughter.
Yo. The truth is the truth, man. Love is love.
Love is love, but golly,
Or maybe she don't like you much.
maybe she doesn't. No, she does.
I don't like my son sometimes. I love him to death, but you know.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. And that's it. You know what? That's a really hard. Well, sometimes it's. I mean, it's a really hard path, though. Because we grew up different.
Yes.
We did, and you have a father that if he fucking looks at you, you better get it done. You better know why he's looking at you the way he's looking at you, because if not, you're gonna get your ass whooped anyways. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you had that natural fear. That fear was in you for your parents, and that level of respect to. All right, time for me to stop fucking around. I got to go get it done. Right? Yeah. These kids don't have that. You know what I mean? And it's like you get frustrated to a point, and you're like, you could have. And you know what I mean? And you have nowhere to go with it, dude. Like,
But I think that comes from us showing them the love that we thought we should have.
That we wanted?
That we should have had it.
yeah.
And I think it almost turns into like an overprotection of our kids, and we kind of shelter them a little bit. You know what I mean? So when they turn teenagers, they want to experiment with life. They want to see where they want to be. And for us, we have certain expectations. You know what I mean? So it just becomes a battle with our kids, and I guess we just have to get to a point where we respect them and say, okay, I get where you want to go, but this is where I've been, and this is the experience that I want to give you, so you don't have to go through that struggle.
Right. And I think that I think that you're right, but I think that also in that same sentence, in that same realm, we have to respect ourselves enough to know that we've done what we knew how to do. We raised them the way we should. They know right from wrong.
Absolutely.
Dale gas, way.
Absolutely.
I'll be here for you.
Absolutely.
Until you're 18, and then ya estás.
Tell me
You know what I mean?
this. Tell me this.
But in reality, hold on.
Right.
In reality,
We know we're going to be
we're
there.
going to be there for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the rest of our lives.
Right.
Hopefully, it's for the rest of our lives. Yes.
Because we love them that much.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we wish when those frustrating moments that come to us, that they just understood where we're coming from.
Right.
You know what I mean? That we're coming from a very good place, and we want to just educate you.
I used to tell them, dude, I said, I know you guys get frustrated with me. I said, but fuck, dude, growing up, I wish my dad would have had these conversations with me. Like,
Yes.
although I think if my dad would have had those conversations with me, I'd have acted the same way they would have. You know what I mean?
Sure, but
Which is the
he
God, the
would've
honest
put you
truth.
up on game, and he would have saved you a lot of heartache, a lot of struggle.
He would have tried,
Yes.
but
The
It's up to
thing
you,
is,
right?
guys,
Everybody's an individual.
absolutely.
the thing is we can't expect them to see what we see because they didn't go what we went through. So they're never going to see what we see. We want them to see it, but in their eyes, they're like, why the fuck would I see it like that? I didn't go through what you went through.
Right. I'm not you, Dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my thing is this, my son, he does little errands for me. He just got his license, right? So he goes does deposits, checks in the banks, does things. So I'm giving him little things to do. Well, I went through my bank card, and every day it's $37 at In-N-Out, Starbucks, $17, dude. And I'm frustrated. I'm freaking fuming, dude. And it's every day that I send him on these errands. He's gone for 3 to 4 hours, and it takes him. And he comes back. He's got different homies in the car every day. Every day is different homies, and I'm like,
Hey, well, tell him to come pick me up, dude. I like In-N-Out.
so I told him so today he gets his haircut, right? Today he gets his haircut, $40. His haircut's $40. I'm not bullshitting, right? So
How much does your haircut cost, Rob?
it's
Oh, shit. My bad.
Do you do your own, Rob, or do
this
you?
way, yeah. I have to, bro, because this kid is
The second door on the right.
so.
So is it
So
Shake
I-
or Gillette?
No, so I have to do this. I can't afford it because my son. So $40 for his haircut. We lay it out on the table. So he says, I need salt for my fish tank. So I don't want to give him my card. He's like, so you want me to go get my haircut and come back? I'm like, yeah. He's like, why? I said, because you're going to spend some shit. I don't want you spending no. Stop spending so much damn money. You know, is he spending like $60, $70 a day, bro? And then he's getting money from his mom. So I said, dude, like, you can't do this type of shit. You know, like, it's not like this in the real world, man. You know, and don't get me wrong, we're lucky because he's my baby and he's the only one I have. So he's the only boy. He's 8 years younger than my youngest daughter. So he don't know, man.
So devil's advocate here then.
He does not know that a haircut $40, what actually that $40 is. You know, and it's pissing me off.
All right, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here. You're if any one of us would have pulled that on our fathers, and they had, and I mean, we could always get away with it once. But if our fathers asked us not to do it again, and we did, what would happen to us? Let's be honest.
Yeah, straight death.
Pretty much. So that's what I'm saying. My kids know that if I ask them to do something or not to do something, and they pull that again, there will be consequences to be dealt with. So maybe, and I understand where you're coming from. He's your baby. I got my baby girl. I got 4 kids. I got 4 kids, and I have my baby girl. She probably gets away a little bit more with murder than she does everybody else. But when it comes to my boys, and
Boy, that sounds fucking familiar.
and maybe because I don't have a baby boy, maybe I can't relate. My baby is a girl, but I've always been one to pamper my girls a little bit more and be a little bit more empathetic to my girls. But dude, yeah, so maybe you need to kind of put your foot on
Hold
the
on,
ground.
Tony, before you go, I got a joke about fucking Rob's kid. The reason I was able to get away with it was because I always brought food home, too.
Oh, he does.
Oh, okay.
He brought me the biggest meal there was. It was probably like $15 just for my shit, and I only ate a quarter.
Shit.
And he got 2 of them, so I was even more pissed off. Because usually we'll share one. And he got me one and him one with drinks, and he was like, hey, Dad, I got you. I was like, dude, I just want to choke him. I swear, dude.
Domingo, could you relate with when Luis said, if our dads said something and we did it again, we'd pay the consequences?
Yeah.
Must have been nice growing up with a dad.
On that note, I'm going to excuse myself from this conversation. I feel bad.
Well, but now that you say that, that explains
like
a
an
lot, though.
No, that's true. It's true, bro. Like growing up without a dad, I grew up with my mom and her 7 sisters, so no uncles, So it's different now.
With that being said, though, I know your mom somewhat, Rob, and obviously, Compa Tony, I know your mom. Knowing your moms, the little that I do know of them, I think if your moms would ask you guys not to do something, for the most part, you guys would be thinking twice about it.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But from what I'm getting from Rob here, I don't think your son is thinking twice about it as much as you or my compa Tony, you Rob and my compa Tony would have had thought twice about it, because you know your moms would probably smack you across the head, and you're not doing that with your son. Your son is like, yeah, I'll be able to get away with it because my dad, you know, he's cool.
I think physical violence actually probably is why we didn't do the shit we did. Right?
Well, you know what? But look,
Be honest.
but here,
your dad have whipped your ass?
yeah, dude. But you know what?
Big Lou.
But that's that's missing this day and age. And I don't care what anybody fucking says. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Dude, I'm
a
pissed.
kid needs an ass whooping, and there's a difference between beating a child and being, you know, overboard. Because you can't hit a child when you're angry.
No.
If you hit a child when you're angry, that turns into abuse. That's different. But I'm talking about sometimes you need to put that motherfucker over your knee and let him have it.
Yep, you're right.
And then, because you know what? Sometimes they need to have hey, I need your fucking attention. I need you to understand that this shit
Is real.
is important. Mm-hmm. You can't keep doing this shit. And like, there's
Yeah, but their friends ain't. It ain't like it's like you said a few podcasts ago. Like life's bending towards people now, you know, and it sucks, bro, because it's there's no way for these kids to ever. I mean, think about us just going outside and I mean, don't get me wrong. My son, he loves to be outside. He's never been on video games or anything like that, so I'm grateful for that. But like. Our days when we would all get together and take off for the day, just mobbing down the streets and going to each other's houses and eating each other's food and just going through our parents' shit and getting a liquor bottle. Dude, those days are gone, bro.
Dude, I would remember leaving my house at like 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock after breakfast, and not come home till 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I wouldn't come home for weeks.
Yeah, right? Like you'd have a bike and be like, hey, Mom, I'm over at so-and-so's house.
That's what it was, homie. I'm 15. I leave the house, make sure I'm fed, dressed, cool, go kick it.
Yep.
Party turned into the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. Shit, my mom used to go look for me in my neighborhood.
Well, I used to party at the end of this street that I live on right here. There's a couple brothers there, and everybody hung out there. And then we would go from there. If I wasn't hanging out with them, we'd go before right when they built before they built the overpass.
Okay.
You'd have to go down Ramon Road, up Bob Hope, down Dinah Shore, and you just get to the end of Dinah Shore, and there was a little cutout, little dirt road where you can go party by the railroad tracks. Right? Yeah. So we'd go fuck around out there.
And the cops let you?
Well, no, hell no, because they started getting 4x4s, and they would come out there. You had two choices. You either fucking run the freeway and see if you can fucking frogger that motherfucker, or you got in the car and hopefully you got out before the cops got you. You know what I mean? And
Now people
They weren't shooting people back then. Shit.
they were. Yeah. Cops weren't shooting us back then.
There wasn't proof of it, that's why. There wasn't video to show that there were. Vincent, if you were my kid, I'd definitely be kicking your ass if you were gone weeks at a time. Big time.
Like, you know what? Growing up, I don't want to say I had a bad life because my dad, when he was like, he did a lot of time in prison, man. So when he was out, he showed us unconditional love. He showed us what love really is. My mother, she had it hard. You know what I mean? I feel like my mom was 20 years younger than my dad.
Damn.
Right?
Okay.
So she was 15, he was 35.
Wow.
Fuck.
Okay?
My mom was 14. My dad was 23.
Hey, that's the way it was.
But that was back then, right?
My mom was 13. I was say my dad was 13. My mom was 22.
He was a
my
pimp.
mom was 13. My dad was 22.
You know, growing up, it was like, okay, so my dad did a lot of time in prison because he sold dope. That's what he knew how to do. He came from Michoacan. You know what I mean? That's what he knew how to do to support his family. You know?
Right.
He had 6 kids. You know what I mean? But he did a lot of time in prison, man. A lot of time in prison. That gave me the opportunity to form my own ideas, my own thoughts about who I should be hanging around. So I affiliated with the gang.
Raise yourself.
You know what I mean? So I had to do that for survival. You know what I mean? So my mother, she accepted who I was as a very young age.
Well, I think a lot of people don't understand though too is like you know, you say you hung out with gangs, and you may not have been a full on gang member, because I know I hung around with all the guys around here too, and I was never involved in like a hood or like any actual ties with anybody, right? But you know, you had to be cool with those people, because if not, they're gonna fuck you up. Even though you live in the same neighborhood, well, fuck it, if you ain't down, then we're gonna see where you are, right? So we figured that shit out. You know what I mean? Like, we used to fight in the front of my house. My nephew tells me all the time, I don't remember it. He said, Dad, Theo, I used to come to the house and love to watch you guys fight. You'd put on socks, because we couldn't afford gloves, so we'd put on fucking socks on our hands and get down. And we'd fight there. We'd fight over my homie's house about 3 streets over. At the end of my street, there was a Golden Glove boxer 2 streets over down behind Circle K. So it was all, I mean, and what's funny is you talk to people that grew up at the same time we did, and their perception of, their life and them didn't involve learning how to fight. They didn't understand that about our community. Like, hey, it wasn't my dad took me to fucking MMA classes and let me learn jujitsu and shit, or karate, and I went to a kumite. Like, it was
Get the fuck out of the house and get out.
yeah, it was go hit the streets and see what's out there. Figure it the fuck out. My sister was 18. She couldn't go out on a date unless I was with her. You know what I mean? And I was fucking 10. She was 18, so I was 8 years old. Right? What the fuck was I gonna do? How am I gonna block anything?
All they probably did was give you here's $2. Go to the liquor store.
No, that mother, he'd go to the drive-in, and we'd get to the drive. Here's $10. Go play games. Go get you some popcorn and shit. Cool. I'd gone the whole fucking night. Sister ended up pregnant at 18.
All it takes is 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah, ain't no lie, dude. Shit.
No, you know, I don't know. You say your mom had to learn to accept it. I wouldn't say accept it, because obviously no parent's going to accept their kids turning out or hanging out with
Being involved with that.
quote unquote the wrong crowd or being involved. I just think your mom just didn't know how to go about it. I mean, in a sense, she was a single mom for a while your dad was locked up.
I think what happened is, when they got to this country in '76, I was born 16 days later.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so they migrated over here because my dad's brothers, I guess he's got a bunch of brothers. We've never been back to Michoacan. They're from Apaxingán, and I mean, they're pretty deep in the drug trade and shit.
Right.
You know, so they said we're never going back. So my dad was told, either you click up or you're against us. So he grabbed all his family and just fucking migrated.
You gotta go.
My mom was pregnant, walked right across the border, you know what I mean, back in '76, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they came, and I think she was so new to this culture that she thought that this was the way it was.
Right.
Because when they got to this country, we moved to Santana. In Santana, we moved to Townsend Street. Townsend Street was hood. That's the shit. You know what I mean? So my dad, he was in and out of prison. My mom's environment was gang related. She thought that's just the way it was in America.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
6. So I got 1 brother,
So,
5 sisters.
but also at the same thing, she's probably, okay, well, fuck, 1 out of 7. You know, I got other ones I got to take care of. I got other ones I got to watch.
Absolutely.
And were you bringing shit home and helping her out? And
I was giving her money, hustling, doing my thing. You know what I mean?
well,
Shit.
fuck, you were the man of the house without being the man of the house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that was a title that was put on me. Every time I got my ass beat because my sister did something wrong,
Right.
because I'm the man of the house.
Right. And that, but
Oldest?
Nope. Oh, yeah, second to the youngest. Damn.
but that's also very idealistic and in our culture, is that whoever steps up and makes it happen, they're gonna lean on you, whether you're the oldest, second, maybe you're second from the youngest, whatever. If you step up and you help, órale cabrón, you want the responsibility, dale gas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand that. Like, if you're willing to help and you're willing to put into work, they're gonna let you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And that's the way it is. And we see that with our. I mean, fuck, dude.
Sometimes you get forced into that. Like with my brothers and sisters, I have an older brother, but everybody thinks I'm the oldest because they just come to me for everything. You know, when we were younger and going in foster homes and stuff, we seen each other once a year at court. So it was kind of like when my mom finally got us back, I'm the one that kind of holds everybody together. Like I told you guys that, like I have parties and stuff like that.
Well, I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong within the white side of the family because we never saw any of my white family, and so everything is from a Chicano perspective. So for me, it's you talk about that, and it's not about age or it's not about category in your family or where you fall. It's who you are as a person. If you step up and you rise above everybody else, they're gonna come to you. If they know that you're the rock in the family, yes, you're it.
That's just
what I mean,
is, man. I try to be that too. I try to be that in my family because if you don't, family is like a relationship. Friends are like a relationship. If you don't work at it, if you don't show up, well, it dies.
Yeah, you got to put in work.
Just like us chilling right here. It's just us chilling, doing our part.
But we're family now, right? Like
Exactly.
that's what it's about. Like you build those, and I think that's what I think out of. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to say it might rub people the wrong way, but I think out of anybody, I think Latinos do it best. And I'm going to use your word. Yes, I don't like saying Latino or whatever, but I think Latinos do it best in growing their family as they go. Yes, your family that you were born with, that's your family, but you pick up family as you move along in life. Yeah. You know what I mean? Everybody else says, oh, they're friends, but for us, it's family. Because if we let you in our circle and you're in, you're in.
It's hard to
I gotta really say though, on that tip, I think that's like kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because you embrace those who are around you that show you love.
Right.
And you remove yourself from those who bring negativity into your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, we've gone through life. We've seen the ups. We've seen the downs. We've seen the racism. We've seen all the bullshit. We gotta fucking work hard. At the end of the fucking day is who do we let in our fucking circle?
Right.
That's our fucking family.
Absolutely.
By the way, I'm not Chicano. I'm Mexicano.
You know what? Chicano's a culture, homie.
Yeah.
No, he's Mexicano.
I'm Mexicano, bro. Yo soy raza.
He's a
But I'm telling you,
paisa.
I'm a
Chicano's
paisa.
culture, dog.
I'm a paisa.
Yeah.
I've done some time, and I've never been in prison, thank God. You know what I mean? But I've done a lot of county time. And I'll tell you, I've had white homies that get busted from my neighborhood. They come into my fucking tank. They're fucking Chicanos, homie. Even though they're white. They're fucking
Like JD
culture.
from
They're
American
fucking...
Everybody got a Miklo, bro.
Hey, that's right, homie. That's right. And Joker was my Miklo.
Right?
That's right.
There's always a Miklo and there's always one black guy. Always, no matter what.
Curly, homie.
Right?
There was that one Chino, too.
Always a Chino. Yep.
I'm a big believer is family isn't blood, man. It's time spent, because you could, when you say, oh, that's my nephew or niece, but are you really a uncle to that nephew or niece, or are you just a word?
Right.
So it's about time being spent. That's why I make sure I always reach out to my nephews and nieces. They always know, like, I'm the cool uncle, and because, like, at the end of the day, when I'm getting laid to rest, I want to be known as I was a good uncle, not just a name, or I was a good son, or I was a good brother, not just, oh, that was my brother or my son.
Right.
Can I say something on that, dog? Because I'm working on something right now. I had a homie who passed away.
Pull the mic towards you.
I had a homie who passed away, and it just brings a lot of thought and memory to that. I mean, what you were saying right now, Rob, about, just memories and the way you're thought of. I really think it's on us. I mean, this might be a little out of the box, but I think it's on every individual to build your story even before we pass. Right? So what I'm saying is, like, I'm taking the time now to gather any pictures that I have, scan them, build a slideshow, because I want to tell my story of who I was. Because my parents, my sisters, my friends are going to see me.
Everybody sees you different.
Everybody sees you from their perspective. Right?
Absolutely.
But who are you? I want you to know who I am. It's like every time I talk to somebody, it's like, you want to know who I am? Watch a fucking American Me, homie. You know what I mean? That's my background. That's my culture. That I've changed? Yes, it's been 20 years. Absolutely. I've been working hard at being a fucking productive member of fucking society. Fucking moved up in the companies that I've worked in. Been in fucking management, corporate bullshit. But at the end of the day, who am I?
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that we owe it to ourselves to tell our own story. I work on so many people when they pass away. I work on, creating a nice video vignette for them so they can display or show at a wake and stuff like that.
He does good work too.
But at the end of the day, who are you? You should tell your own story.
That's a great thought, dude.
Yes, it is.
Like I never thought of it from that perspective. Like who I was in high school, who I was out of high school, who I was when I left here, who I was when I moved up north, who I was when I came back. They're totally different people, but it all got me to where I'm at now.
Absolutely.
And you're absolutely right. People don't take the time to really, and then everybody's left at the end of the story. Oh, I wish I would have had more time, or I wish I would have done this, or I have this one picture of whatever, you know what I mean? And nobody takes the time to, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you're absolutely right. It should be our responsibility. We should do that as humans, because we do want to make sure that when we're gone, people know us for who we are.
Absolutely, man.
And it's through our eyes, not theirs.
Yes.
Because when I moved back, I was in this really weird place because I'd been divorced for a few years. I moved back. I did radio for 9 years, and I got out, and I was like, well, fuck, I'm not the radio guy anymore. I'm not the married guy anymore. Who am I? Where am I at in life? Where am I going? What do I grasp to? So, when you go through that, I think a lot of people do the same thing I did, and as you reach back to times where you were the happiest or times where you had good memories to figure that shit out. And I always thought myself as, and Tony would probably tell you the same thing. I mean, I was a smart ass. I was funny. I talked a lot of shit. Maybe I was a little bit of a bully. I don't know. If you couldn't talk shit back to me, would you say?
Yeah.
And
A little bit of a bully.
Pops?
Huh? No. Because he was more of a. It was not that you're a bully, but I mean,
you couldn't keep
talk
up.
shit. Yeah,
Take it.
You crack jokes all the time on you.
Yeah, you couldn't keep up with me. I mean, I was right. I mean,
Yeah.
that's fair to say. I was on it, dude.
I see.
And if I got high and drunk, olvídate, way. You're no way you're keeping up with me. But anyways, and that's who I always thought I was, right? And I remember talking to this girl, and she was like, "No, I remember you were always such a nice guy. You always, anybody needed any help, you'd always help them out. You'd always make sure you'd bring them up if they needed anything." I was like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, like, who the fuck are you talking about? You know who I am, right? Like, you really know this is me, right? And you're like, yeah, no, yeah, this. And I was like, wow, it trips me out. You know what I mean? So everybody, as much as you're right, it's also nice to have somebody else's perspective about it too, because it is. We're our hardest critics, right? So it's good to reach out, I think, and find that and help you, because I've always considered myself like a Madonna, because she's the fucking king of reinventing herself. Shit went sideways, fuck it. She tweaked herself, came back, right back on top. She'd fall out.
To me, that was the best Super Bowl show ever, bro. What she did. Look away.
Yeah? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly.
Thank you for your thought.
Madonna, bro.
Yeah, no. What's Super Bowl like?
Ah, shit, man. My bad. No, but you're right.
If you would have said Timberlake and Janet Jackson, I'd have been like, oh yeah, I remember that's what the
Yeah, I still got a bad sight from that.
What do you mean
Nah,
bad
but-
sight?
That
But
was a
it-
good look.
But it's
Yeah.
true, man.
Accidental.
You do got to, just like, that's why it's important for people like with me, when we celebrate our birthdays. You have to, bro.
Right.
A lot of people don't like to. Oh, I don't know, but that's the only day of the year you celebrate yourself, man. So you have to do that, And as much as people think, I don't need that, that's bullshit.
No, you know what? I'm one of those guys. I mean, Tony, you know me for a while now. Going on, kids are 21, so you know me, 15, 16 years now, give or take. I'm not one to throw big parties for myself. I've done a few gatherings at the house, don't get me wrong, but my own birthday, I typically don't do a huge party or nothing like that for myself.
You gotta be like Pacheco's. They have a birthday month, man. He does too.
I don't, not me.
I do. I'll be like, hey, happy birthday. He's like, man, it's like in a week.
I have a birthday month and still don't get shit.
See, that's because Seabass got to dig in them pockets, man. Shoot.
Say it again, Rob. A little bit
Seabass got to
louder.
dig in them pockets, man. I tell my kids this.
Who else?
Don't-
There's another one.
Don't get me no cowboy shirts, no wallet, no nothing. Put all your money together and get me something I want. All right? If not, then don't get me.
So we're not giving you shit.
No, fuck that. Because the one thing I did bought him, he sent me a fucking picture of it. He sent me the link on Amazon. I bought it for him. I fucking used it more than he has. He sent me this picture of a silicone fucking
Woman?
kitchen cookware set. No,
A flashlight.
a silicone cookware set.
Oh, shit.
I've used it more than he has.
Have you ever thought of a silicone woman?
Have I ever thought of a silicone woman?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I guess people are buying or reading about this shit.
They are. I think they buy the flashlight more because it's easier to, you know what I mean?
Bro, dudes are falling in love with these women. They don't give you no mouth.
They give you mouth, they just don't talk.
Dude, I was married for 9 years. I didn't get no fucking mouth then either. I'm good.
That's because she was white, bro. I tell you, Mexican. Oh, shit. What do you mean you gotta work? Oh shit, no, I'll be home right now. Shit, I'm out.
Hey, don't fucking trip, dude. My Spanish is great right now. I'm gonna get me a woman with no pockets. Got the falda on all the way down to her fucking ankles. Can carry the basket on their head and can still make some fucking fresh tortillas.
Probably ordered it.
Shit.
Oh, no, people are going to jail for that shit now, huh? You see all
Yeah, you
these,
can't own them, dog. What are you?
Oh, order them.
Oh, order them. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you see all these in Palm Springs, bro. See it all the time. Rich old white dude with some young Chinese lady.
Well, they just popped some dudes the other day up for.
Asian.
Yeah, was that what it was?
Yeah, Asian. My bad, Asian. Hey, so I had a story, man.
Persuasion, dog.
My bad. I know.
Go ahead, go.
So I had a. I don't know if I told.
Pull the mic a little closer, though.
Pacheco a while back, but when the pandemic hit, I wasn't doing too good, and they came to refill my truck, and I got cameras, right? So I seen that motherfucker, and I knew I had seen him drive by, and I was like, oh man. Sure enough, I see him, right? And I run out, and I jump in the back of my truck and shit. And the dude starts lifting up my shit, and I'm recording. I'm like, get out of here, man. I'm in my shit. You can't take my shit. Get out of here. And the guy calls the cops. I said, go ahead. Cops pull up, and as soon as they look at me, they're like, hey, man, I said, you don't want to help me. Get out of here. This don't concern you, right? Because I read in the laws they can't take your vehicle if you're in it. Right?
Now, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When did you read up on that law? As soon as you stopped making payments, or was it like...
My shit been repoed a few times, so I do, right? So,
You know that if it's behind a locked gate, they can't come in.
yeah, they can't come in as a lock gate in the garage or if you're in it. So I jumped in the back. So I'm sitting there.
Take notes,
the cops-
boys and girls. Take
The
notes.
cops are arguing.
Or pay your bills.
Yeah,
I had a car behind locked
Doing
gates for
bad,
months.
bro. Doing bad at the time. So I tell the cop right away, takes his side, and I'm like, he's like, hey man, you gotta get out. I said, I ain't getting out of here. Call your boss. I'm telling the cop, call his supervisor. Like, what? I was like, call your supervisor. You ain't here to help me. I said, I'm in this vehicle. I know my rights. He did not. He just picked up the vehicle while I was already in it. So the guy, the big old thing, right? So they get the. My wife comes. She tells me, "Oh, babe, everything's gonna be okay. Just get down." I said, "I ain't getting out of here." She's like, "Well, he just said everything's gonna be okay." I said, "Are you still taking the vehicle?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "I ain't getting out of here."
He said, "Shit ain't okay. Then we
Shit
good."
ain't okay, right? I said, and I told her, "Babe, if they take this shit, it's gonna be almost $2,000 to get it out. We ain't gonna be able to do it. Go inside. It's gonna be a long night." Right? Sure enough, man, the cops leave. He comes, drops his shit, and leave, man. Next day, I made my payment. Shit. That was crazy. I think I told Pacheco about that shit.
So what was the moral of the story? Pay your bills or
No.
or sit in the truck?
Sometimes when it's rough, just stay in the car, man. Just-
You can't talk about no moral of no damn story. You know what sucks about white privilege?
oh, I know.
Yeah, you know what sucks about white privilege? You could run at night without having these fluorescent color vests and still be seen because they're so pale you can actually see them in the dark. But a dark brother, dark Mexican,
Or Tony.
my compadre.
Mad dark. He's mad dark, son.
Mad dark, yo.
Unless he's wearing all white or reflective gear, my compa is not going to be seen in the middle of the night. I almost ran over a kid who was a Mexican Puerto Rican, like my boy Rob here, wearing all black hoodie, black sweats. It was dark like you and my compa Tony here, and I was approaching an intersection that had no light, and homeboy expected me to stop. He thought,
Drunk as fuck.
Yeah, right?
no, actually, I was
High
leaving,
as shit.
No, I was leaving my house. Actually, I was on my way to Steve's, and it was still like early evening, late afternoon. I had one drink besides water, and sure enough, it's dark. Sun was already down.
Figure. Let's call him a
Get
figure.
that shit out, man. God damn.
I almost ran over the kid.
Hey,
It goes from
if
A
it's
to B.
easier,
A, B.
So,
if it's easier, say it in Spanish and I'll translate.
okay, estaba llegando a la
Oh shit, he does it in Spanish too. Fuck.
Hey, so
No, so anyway, the guy was. So if you're
Look,
white, you got privilege to run at night without even reflective gear because you could shine in the dark.
Is that
but
right?
for those of us that are not as bright, we definitely need some reflective gear.
Okay, it's against white folks.
For those of you guys who don't know my boy Seabass, he's a pretty he's whiter than my wife beaters.
Okay. You know what? All my family.
At least I'm
Michoacan,
privileged.
right? Fucking deep South Mexico, Michoacan, right? Fucking, they're all light skin, green eyes. They look like white people, man.
Well, isn't Michoacan where the
Spaniards?
No,
came
the
and
Germans.
fucking raped everybody.
No, the Germans settled there
I
believe
don't know
you're
about
right.
the Germans,
Because-
but I know Spaniards.
I believe you're right.
because there was the guy that was making the twins that was trying to make all the Germans like bright white hair and blue eyes. Whoever the
Making the
fuck that guy was,
twins.
that doctor. I don't remember who he
Angel of Death.
Yes. Went to Mexico and settled in Mexico with all the twins, and there's a town,
A lot of homies.
and they settled there in Mexico. There's a lot of people from Mexico. They're fucking light skinned and green eyed, bro.
Oh yeah, that's my family. I'm the only brown one. The brown eyes.
That's because you live in the fucking desert. Hot as fuck here.
We grew up in Orange County, homie.
I'm trying to move there one day.
Now, believe it or not, when I was a lot younger, when I was a little kid, all the way up to I was 4 years old, and my hair started changing. I used to be a blondie. Your boy, my youngest son, he was, and my oldest daughter. They were both born with Goldilocks.
Yeah, I believe
And
it.
by the
Really?
time by the time they got to 3 or 4 years old, I have to break out some pictures to show you. By the time they got to 3 or 4 years old, they started losing the Goldilocks and went straight to my hair.
Well, Sebastian's hair
I
was a
the
little
same
bit.
way. I was the same way too. I was Goldilocks, and then 3 or 4 years old, I got
Yeah,
dark black.
my sisters were like that Brady Bunch girls.
Really?
Yeah, like the Brady Bunch, and I was like,
Marcha, marcha, marcha.
yeah, oh yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, did you guys see
Marcela.
Yeah, all right.
I heard Zoolander.
That movie?
Yeah, was that Marsha from the Brady Bunch in Zoolander?
Yes, that's Ben Stiller's wife.
She's not Marsha.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, from the movie. Not the show.
No.
Not the show, the movie.
Oh, okay. Did you guys see the part where she got trained by like the whole like the circus? The little midgets jumped in. And
What fucking movie was that?
Zoolander, bro, where she's like, they say like, hey, have you when's the last time you had sex or whatever? And she was like, she's like, oh, it's been a long like years or something. They're like, what? And Ben Stiller and what's the dude's name? Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
Or they started smoking peyote with her, and it was like a whole big old like psychedelic thing, and all you see is a bunch of different foods popping up. And then at the night, she wakes up and she's like, "Dad, I had a good night last night." And he was like, "Dude, did you see her between you and the midget? Like, dude, like there was some type of connection. You
I'm gonna
got
have to watch that movie again.
I don't remember that either.
that shit was funny.
Are you sure it wasn't you that was on peyote and saw that scene? Because I don't remember that shit either.
Yeah, bro, it was funny as hell, man. It's funny as hell.
I know you guys are all fucking football fans. I'm out of the loop on that. Didn't you guys watch the draft the other day?
Of course.
So how'd your teams do?
I'm a Chargers fan.
I'm sorry.
And
too.
the only reason is because I'm a loyal person. You know what I mean?
Right?
Just because Junior Seau and Breeze were my boys, I stuck with the Chargers. But I'm like teeter-tottering is like,
Don't teeter-totter.
damn, it's heartbreaking, dog.
I would lose
It's
all
fucking
respect for you,
heartbreaking,
bro.
dog. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I mean?
San
They
Diego.
play hard and we can't fucking win. We can't fucking close. Like, what the hell, man? It's frustrating, dog.
Chargers is my second team only because I want to root for a local team. But I'm obviously I'm a 49er fan. And
Oh, is that what that's for? I thought it meant stupid fuckers. Just kidding, dude. I don't watch enough football to talk shit. I don't fucking.
It does mean that, though. I'm just.
Man, shut the fuck up. All right, so here's your tea. So I love watching football. I love the sport in general. I could watch two last place teams play, and every sport that I watch, all the LA teams are my favorite teams, but for the exception of football. When I first got introduced to football, the only sport I knew at the time was football. Me being from Guadalajara, I'm a Chivas fan. Go Chivas.
That means soccer.
No, football. So, yeah, soccer. And one of my buddies is a 49er fan and, invited me to go watch the football game at his pad. And, you like football? I'm like, yeah, of course I like football. Who doesn't like football? So, and obviously he was a Niner fan. And, he was a Niner fan. That's how I became a Niner fan. I became a Niner fan. And luckily for me, it was right as the championships were coming, into play. So I came at the right time. My bandwagoner, you could probably say it. I was a little kid. I was like, I don't know, first grade. I came in at the same year that either Joe Montana got drafted or after his first year. I don't remember anymore. So I've been a Niner fan ever since. I came in at a good time. But, yeah.
And yet here you are.
And yeah, I'm still here. So, yes, to answer your question, I watched the draft yesterday. Obviously, the 49ers was the talk of the draft yesterday because who were they going to pick? It could have been a whole, and my boy Rob here called it, it could have been anybody. And I'm sure under, our coach's system, they would have done well. But, yeah, I think this particular guy, Trey Lance, is probably the best pick, the best fit for our team. But now, stick with your team. I was telling, it's funny you say that. I was telling these guys that I would like to, adopt like a charity thing, adopt the Chargers. Just because I want to buy some season tickets. Just not necessarily because of the Chargers, but just to be at a local venue, watch some football game, but be able to root for the quote unquote local team. I'm not going to jump off the bandwagon. Obviously, I'm a Niner fan from a kid to now, but be able to go see a local game and cheer for a local team.
Well, I think that the Chargers have a lot of potential. I think it's in the coaching staff and their strategies. They've let us down, man.
Here, someone bring out the tissue paper, my boy.
Man,
Boy Vincent's getting ready to cry.
At the end of the day, we've had so many fucking games that we've lost by less than a score.
Yeah.
Less than one touchdown.
You guys got a stud now, a quarterback. You guys haven't had one since Breeze left.
But I'm just waiting for our boys to grow up and get into the NFL. Because whatever fucking team my boy goes to,
that's your excuse.
That's your excuse.
That's your excuse to jump the ship.
that's right.
Here's a question. I don't watch too much football. I don't watch too much baseball. I don't watch too much basketball. My question is, baseball, who's your guys' team? Basketball, who's your guys' team?
Lakers.
Okay. You're in California. You're rooting for these LA teams. Why is it in football, people's teams could be anywhere, but yet basketball and baseball, it's your local team?
I think it has to do with the amount of fucking games that they play. Because in baseball and basketball, you got a massive amount of fucking games in a season. Therefore, you can go watch your local team play more games and be more excited about it.
For me, I think football it's a different beast, bro. It requires
Pull the microphone, dude.
more loyal. There's something about football, man.
Well, no, I'll tell you what it is, at least for us Southern Californians for the most part. Because if you think about it, most of the teams most of the fans who have teams in their region, unlike us Californians, we get spoiled with dozens of teams within the same state. A lot of other places, they only have one team in their region, and that's it. That's all they get to cheer for. In Southern California, let's think about it. Chargers, they're the original LA team. And what do? They leave LA and go to San Diego. Rams come into play. LA starts adopting the Rams as their team. What happens? They leave. Excuse me. Raiders, they come from Oakland to Los Angeles. What happens? They establish a fan base, but they go back to Oakland.
You know why?
And then the Cowboys come out here to Southern California to train. So Southern California, in a sense, they kind of get pampered with different teams, but at the same time get let down by different teams because they come and go as they please because they get a little bit of piece of the market, but then sometimes the market is too big for them and they can't handle it and they leave to another city that it's a little smaller venue. So hopefully now with this new stadium, the teams can stay established. Not that I'm going to root for the Rams, Chargers, I don't mind because they're not in the 49ers conference. But I think that's what it is with, at least here in Southern California, that we never really had an established team that started here and stayed here like other teams around the country.
California is this, bro. And write this shit down. California is a beautiful ass woman with a fucked up attitude. Can't take her nowhere. So that's what it is.
Yeah, but you'd love to fucking chase her.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, people say, why do you want
California
why do you live in California?
is the best weather in the world, bro.
Well,
Everybody says Florida, they're too humid. California is the only place in the world, the country, where you could go to the snow and the beach within an hour and a half of each other. So you have to. California is everybody hates it. Everybody hates it, but everybody loves to come here, bro.
California is.
I don't want to leave.
Speaking of California being being related to a girl or associated with a girl, yes, California is that high maintenance chick because people always talk about high taxes. Well, all the time, it's a luxury tax. It's a luxury to live in California, or you think about it as high maintenance. Yeah, she's high maintenance, but fuck, she's fine, bro.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. She's a badass bitch with a fucked up attitude, bro.
Right? California has it all.
It's like you walk into it, it's nice. Hey, all the homies, you walk in, and I'm like, I want to go home. Like, God, man, you serious? Hold on, we just got here, man. I'll take them. We just got here. But that's pretty much what California is, bro. High maintenance.
Did they answer your questions?
No, but it's...
Well, I didn't even get to answer.
I think I got close to answering your question.
But you gave me 3 teams that people from California could have went for.
Southern
It's
California.
like this.
That's fine.
Tony, I got you. It's winning.
Who?
Pacheco, my bad.
Okay.
It's
What?
winning.
It's winning.
Yes. Lakers win. So we all go for the Lakers. Dodgers win. We all go for the Dodgers. Football, whoever's winning. He went to the 49ers. Why? Because at his age, what were they doing?
Yeah, they started winning, correct.
I went for the Cowboys. You know why? At my age, they were winning. It's all about who wins.
And that's a good point too. That maybe because of that, I was a loyal Niner fan. But my boy Vince here, he's been true to his team, and he can't say the same thing that you and I have. Your Cowboys have a storied history. My Niners have a storied history. Our teams have a storied rivalry. His team, the Chargers, as much as I like rooting for them as a second team, just because of the local team, they don't have that storied franchise, and yet he's still rooting for them. That's a loyal fan. I mean, probably more loyal than you and I, because at least we have something to fall back on. He doesn't.
I've decided not to buy anything from the Cowboys until we do something. So Jerry Jones, if you're listening, win, motherfucker, or I'm firing your ass, because I'm more of a loyal Cowboy fan. I've been a Cowboy fan before Jerry Jones, bro.
Yeah.
I've been a Cowboy fan when I went to go to Oxnard and Romo got paid all that money, and I'm on the sideline and I'm yelling, "Hey, you better start doing better. Stop throwing interceptions with all that money we paid you and shit." and all of a sudden a ball comes flying our way and shit almost hits us. But yeah, bro, I go every year talk shit. Des Bryant, I was talking shit to 1 year. No, actually, I was talking to. Brandon Carr came from the sideline, and before I left, my son's trainer, Jeff Webb, he told me to tell, hey, if you see Brandon Carr, tell him. He played with them in Kansas City, and they played with the Chiefs together. And I was on the sideline, and Brandon Carr was walking by. I said, hey, Carr, my boy Jeff Webb said to tell you what's up. He turned around, looked at me, came back, and started talking to me, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Here's my next question. In the draft, I shouldn't say it's a question, it's more of a concern. Who was the first guy that got picked this year?
Trevor Lawrence, the best quarterback to ever come out of.
Oh, he's
pretty much the best ever. They're saying to be ready.
Cool. I heard he got married like a month ago.
Yep.
No, he got married. Yeah.
Played himself, kid. I'm telling my old lady.
No, he didn't play himself.
No.
He didn't play himself. I heard that podcast, but he didn't play himself.
He played himself,
No,
kid.
he didn't.
No.
The diamond. The diamond is so powerful that she played him.
No.
He didn't play himself.
He played himself.
He was numb to the diamond.
Dog.
Look, dude.
He married her before he signed the contract.
What Lou's trying to say is pussy hair is the strongest element in the world. It'll pull 4 tractors before that fucker breaks. The pussy will make men do the craziest shit ever.
Why do countries go to war?
I don't know about, I don't know about an NFL contract worth, but
dude,
yeah.
I can't believe it.
That's a big thing with you,
yeah. Mahomes?
yeah.
But at least Mahomes was getting his money before, he got married, so he had it before her. This dude got married before he signed his contract. That means everything after they got married is half hers.
That means she's smart. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You can see either he played himself or
she played
him. She played him.
Hey,
I think
was it me or was this draft shit?
This is one of the best drafts for me.
Why would you say that? Because
my team picked very good.
Well, the top 5. After that, what? Look at what happened with the Cowboys.
No, you guys got a good draft. What are you talking about?
No, we missed our picks.
Oh, so changing subjects, but yes, you guys got a good pick. You guys got a great linebacker. I mean,
Am I still on?
Nobody knows how they're going to pan out until time will tell. But on paper, I myself, and I'm talking to you as a 49er fan, that I could care less about your cry girls. You guys had a great pick with this linebacker.
Yeah,
what's his name? What's his name?
Parsons.
Parsons, yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't who we wanted.
Of course not. You guys picked what, number 10?
We wanted Surtain or Horn.
And when they picked?
They both went before.
Exactly.
But they should.
But for where you guys were at, and you guys didn't move up, you guys got a good pick where you're at.
Yeah, the best defensive player they said in the game, but it's not.
But you know what pisses me off?
It wasn't.
Look at the damn Patriots. They didn't have to do anything, and who falls in their lap?
You got what you needed, right?
I got what I needed.
We did it. We got 2 linebackers already. We needed a corner.
The Patriots are done for a minute, bud.
Yeah, I think
Patriots
so.
are going to have to rebuild their team. It'll take them about 3 years.
So,
they're not gonna be on fire.
So just for the viewers, this has become a sports talk show now.
Hey, you can do it in Spanish. ESPN Deporte. Big Lou.
Y ahora con ustedes, Big Lou, Lou Grande.
All right, so what's going on?
Well, I want to know is, my boy Tony here. I usually love hearing my boy Tony on the podcast, and today I'm here to be here live to witness it live, and my boy Tony's a little quiet. What's new there, compa?
He's listening to your ass.
Am I talking too much, man?
It's all the gangster talk and all the.
I think
My compa's
it might
cancer.
be analyzing and forming.
Oh, that's exactly what
ideas.
You can't tell? All right.
Compa, you analyze this enough. You analyze this, not dissect this.
These motherfuckers are crazy.
He still wants to know why you wore that netted shirt to the USC.
That was a 1980s style jersey.
He wore that shit yesterday at the draft, I bet.
There wasn't no fishnet like you describe
It
it.
definitely won't fit him right now, because it barely fit him back then.
Yes, I'm a little.
What the hell you doing, player?
He is pouring a drink, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he is pouring Centenario
You off tomorrow?
into a Corona.
A little bit into your Corona there.
I'm not going to tell you when to stop.
Just to your taste, brother.
I'm not too.
Oh, that was about the same. That looks like a bad idea with all the electronics, but let's do it
Shot.
Yes, we're mixing our drinks around the electronics.
without funnels
All
anymore.
single guys do it? Shit.
I don't know. I've seen somewhere on TikTok or Facebook or some bullshit.
That was a salute
A
to the
Corona
viewers.
sunrise.
Corona Sunrise.
How come my shit ain't red?
Because you ain't... Fucker. How come my shit ain't red? Because you ain't put no red shit in there.
Keep it going.
Jay, do you want one, Tony?
No, I don't even know what you guys are drinking right now.
You can see the bottles they're passing around, right?
Let's mix it.
Yeah. Turn it upside down and have a shot. Have a drink.
Hold on, Lou still got to pour 2 drinks in there.
God
Oh,
damn, that shit is
two
good.
drinks? Already filled it up to the brim with tequila.
Yeah.
Beer.
You need
That
the,
shit-
you need the orange. You need the.
Oh, hold on.
Nope.
Some grenadine.
Bad.
Not bad, right?
Pretty good. Tastes like a margarita.
Yep, it does.
The beer is still overpowering, but with all that other shit in there, it's okay.
Yeah, it's not bad, dude.
Hey, so what do you guys think of Caitlyn Jenner running for governor?
Fucking can't do any worse than fucking Gavin Pelosi.
I was going to say,
You know what?
hey,
Social media drives a lot of shit, man. So she got a lot.
Hey, you just put it in that cup right there. Yeah, he got a lot more balls than Gavin Newsom. Problem is what? No, that's the cover for the orange
I
juice.
probably would have voted more for Kanye as president than I would for her. Hold on, don't go.
Really? I don't know.
Work over the orange juice, that works
Just for
too.
the fuck of it.
I said work over the orange juice, that works too.
Yeah, it's you know,
You all right? Legs asleep?
it's interesting, dude. I think that a lot of people are they're just that unhappy with Gavin Newsom that they're willing to take a shot on Shim. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I don't know though. Like, what is he?
Homeboy's trying to protect California, dog. Everybody's
Who?
different. Newsom.
That motherfucker is not trying to protect
I
California.
think he's trying to protect California from a political standpoint. At the end of the day, we don't need that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're fucking wrong on that. Like
We don't need that shit.
because when he was when the shutdown was happening, telling everybody, "Oh, you got to wear your mask, got to do shit," he was out having dinner with all the fucking oil people that he ran on a platform. Oh, we're gonna stop the fracking and all this bullshit, and he was up there having dinner with all those oil people. Get the fuck out,
He's
dude.
human, bro.
I'll tell you what.
He's trying to line his pockets.
I tell you what. Okay, so we had this freak show with our president as being a reality person. I don't care if they're entertainers or not, as long as you know you're. I think what happened is too. We're getting just like how America voted for Obama. I think we got tired of white presidents running the show and fucking shit up. I think what happened was now we got tired of politicians, so we voted for the, reality freaking you're fired, dude. And now we fucking we learned our lessons, but because of that kind of opened the doors to other fucking entertainers now, and I don't mind entertainers.
Well, but
Ronald Reagan was a fucking
yeah,
and yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. As long as you know your shit and you do your homework and due diligence,
People just like the way
It's a fucking governor shit.
people just like the way Schwarzenegger talks.
Hey, I liked him in Commando, bro. My favorite movie, man.
so Commando or Rambo, who would you pick?
Commando, bro.
Oh fuck. That.
yeah, he ran.
No, you're right. You're right.
He ran back east. God, what the fuck's his name?
Ventura, maybe?
Yes, Jesse the Body Ventura.
Oh yeah,
that's
Jesse
right.
the Body Ventura. That's
And he was just as much as a reality star and all that bullshit because he had that TV show about conspiracy theories and aliens and bullshit. And then,
Aliens.
yeah. And then, who was the other motherfucker? There was another. Well, fucking, what's his name? Jerry Springer. He was governor of some city
He
too.
was mayor
Mayor?
of Cincinnati, I think.
I'm like Springfield?
Yeah, right.
Cincinnati. He was the mayor of Cincinnati, wasn't he?
Yeah, it may have been. Yeah. I mean,
That show.
You know, we got to draw the fucking line somewhere. Jesus Christ.
Do you think what's crazy is, right?
But he was a politician before he was a reality show dude.
But if Jenner's going to win anywhere, it'll be in California.
Think about this, bro.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna win. Gavin ain't going nowhere.
Gavin's not going
I
nowhere.
don't think so either.
He ain't going nowhere.
He's
You don't
not
think
too
so?
much good, bro.
Then it costs too much to get him out, right? They have the votes to get him out.
Well, you know, we got somebody here in Rancho Mirage like spearheading the movement.
Oh, I
forgot what
see it
the-
all the time.
Yeah, I forgot
My
his
neighbor
name.
got one, a big old flag. It says whatever.
The other Los Muertos. I don't know. There's some dude here in Rancho Mirage here locally. He's spearheading the movement.
It's called this whatever they're doing to the cops. What they want to take the police away.
Defund.
Yeah, they want to defund.
That's the stupidest fucking thing, too.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean,
This
and I
should
know
be-
it's a
this should
touchy,
be
it's
like
a
Don
touchy
Carpenter's-
subject about cops, no cops, and yes, we have bad cops, but we have good cops. And when it's all said and done, let's all stop and think about it. What happens when shit goes wrong? We call the cops to come in and decipher the problem between us and our neighbor.
You just got to remember, though, defund the police doesn't necessarily mean taking money away from them.
no,
That's not what it
get rid of
means.
them.
No, that's not what it means.
What does it mean?
It's don't put so much money towards police. It's more, instead of hiring 100 police officers, let's hire 80 and let's hire 20 people that will help certain situations.
That's retarded.
That's like Walmart, bro.
They've already started it. And it works better.
It's more like, instead of sending a cop with a gun to handle a social disturbance, a domestic
Fuck
disturbance.
that shit. You gonna send me into some bullshit like that? I need a gun. I need a dog. I need a taser.
They'll probably have that stuff, but
you
the
would've
thing
got-
is, the person that they're sending is more of a like the negotiator in a hostage situation.
But that's my point, though, because when you get into a situation like, if somebody go, hey, look, man, my fucking neighbors, they're screaming and yelling. I hear plates breaking, glass breaking. Somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody got to get here. If I'm a cop and I hear that shit, oh shit, lights are on, my heart's pumping, because now I'm driving super
ready to
fast to
shoot
get.
a
Hell yeah.
I'm like, ooh,
Somebody
we got one.
Somebody getting fucked up and somebody going to jail.
Now free me.
Yeah, right.
We got a runner, and that's the wife running to her bedroom.
They didn't know they were selling a Mexican, and I'm all pinata there.
But
Let's go.
But again, that's what defund the police means. It's not trying to take money away from them. It's
No, I
just
thought they
let's take resources and maybe put them somewhere else instead of always sending a cop over there, which is what's causing all these problems. Let's figure out some other way, some other
Solution.
Well,
solution. Yeah,
Isn't really the crime what's causing the problem, not so
course
much the
it is.
police?
Look, I'm gonna tell you what's
yeah, because the
going on.
police can't handle it. You're sending a hothead that's been working 40 hours. He's tired.
So shouldn't they get more cops so that they're not working two doubles?
No, you're again. You're giving what the problem is. Now you're saying let's just have more of them. No, let's figure something else out.
No, because what I'm saying is, like you said, he's been working 14 hours. Well, instead of making him work 16-hour shifts, and at the end of their shift have to do all their paperwork, and then because what happens is they're there, they do their paperwork when they're off the streets, and then if the next guy calls out, they have mandatory overtime. They're back out on the fucking street. And that's why cops that are hired and making $55,000 a year make $220,000 the first year because of all the fucking overtime. That's what the problem is with the police. All these motherfuckers are they're fucking tired, and they're being made to work hours that they can't maintain themselves. They can't maintain the right mind frame for 24, 36 hours. And you want them to go out there and be simple. Motherfucker, I'm fucking tired. And y'all motherfuckers out here acting like they get the fuck down on the ground.
Yeah.
That's an initial reaction. They're like, fuck this fool.
Right.
I need to go home. What the fuck am I doing?
Right.
And that's why someone else should be sent in that certain situation.
Right, but you're going to send somebody else.
A social
Gonna
worker
get
type.
killed. He's like, look, guys, boom.
And again, it's you're thinking, oh my God, if there's a dangerous situation, you're sending a social worker. No, we're sending a social worker for those certain calls that require a social worker.
They've already tried it. in a lot of areas, and it's worked out better sending a social worker to nonviolent shit.
You know what? I got to tell you, I used to work for a transportation company. And when we had very severe situations, we used to call the police department, and they didn't do shit. No matter what city we fucking called, they didn't give a fuck. They didn't want to fucking show up. At the end of the day, we had to send a field supervisor to go de-escalate that dangerous situation. I think they need more fucking workforce and to fucking train them better to handle these situations. There's a lot of people out on the streets right now that are mentally challenged. They have some kind of mental deficiency, and we need social workers out there talking to these people to get them the fucking help they need.
Right. And I think one of the things that they need to do too is they need to hire and fucking call it what you want, dude. But you call it segregation, whatever, but they need to hire people from the community to take care of their community. Because, and I talked to Rob about this last week, was like, if you send somebody from or that understands the Chicano community or the black community, and it's probably even more prevalent in their community, because if you go as a cop and you try to get hard right off the bat, you fucked it all up already. You know what I mean? You can't stand in front of them because now you're squaring up. You stand to the side. You talk to them like a man, low voice. Not everybody needs to know what the fuck is going on. And you handle it one-on-one. A lot of cops get there. They get loud. They'll slide their foot back without knowing that's what they're doing. Fuck, this guy wants to fight. Next thing you know, somebody's getting hemmed up or shot. Right? Because it's those little body nuances that we understand that other people may not. They send these white kids from these suburban areas that have never been to our neighborhoods and don't understand that kind of shit and don't understand that body language, and all this shit happens because they don't understand what they're doing in that community.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's important that they either get training about that level of communication, because that's different.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's shit that we grew up knowing, that we saw, that we have instilled in us. We know that shit. But that's also why we can go into any community or any party or any group of people and survive, because we understand body language. And not everybody knows that. And it's very important to understand that when you're dealing with, especially in a hot situation.
You know what, though? I got to tell you, I'm in sales right now.
Right.
And they teach us to read the customer. Right? That's the same shit the police need, man.
Right.
They need to get to know who they're dealing with and how to handle the situation.
Absolutely.
It's not about being violent with them. It's not about, beating on your chest and I'm the biggest motherfucker out here, you know what I mean? It's about de-escalating, getting to know the situation, and finding a fucking solution.
They want to take charge in a very masculine,
Aggressive.
excuse the word, ape kind of way, right? Because at the end of the day, the world they live in and the world they patrol is a jungle, right? So what do? You gotta be the bigger, stronger aggressor.
See, but that's what they're getting paid for.
No,
That's what. No, hold on a second.
Protecting
Hold on a second. That's what they're getting paid for. That's why you need to hire other people to handle de-escalating situations.
no.
When the cops are neat, it's like the SWAT team. You call a SWAT team in for a certain thing.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, that's why you call the police in for a certain thing. And some dude arguing with his old lady don't necessarily need a cop. They might need somebody that's been trained to de-escalate the situation. And then if that person feels no, this is going sideways, we do need the police, then you bring the police in.
So let's talk about like let's say a cop's out, right? And he pulls somebody over.
Okay.
It's when those kind of things happen, right? Because what's the first thing they want to do? They want to know who you are, and they want you to apply do what they tell you to do. They want you to comply with their commands, right?
The first thing they do is they have their hand on their gun. And automatically, what is it? As a human being, what do?
Put you on the fucking defensive. You're scared. You're not
right
totally
away,
listening anymore.
So right away, you're thinking. Right as me, I go back to my childhood, and I'm like, who? I have to literally catch myself and be like, hey, these fools can't do shit to you.
Right.
So a lot of time, most of this, I mean, think about it. The police, we need a lot of police. We need all this. 85% of crime is about drugs. 85% of the United States is about drugs. 85% of crime. It has something to do with drugs. So these people cry, oh, we need to stop this, stop that, and these people like us, we're doing drugs and we're causing all these problems. Well, they could stop the drugs from coming in. You know, if they need to stop, if they need to save Americans, and they actually need to search every vehicle before it comes in, then that's what they need to do. Because if without crime, there's no need for cops. Without these cops, all these cops, they get promotions from drug busts, and then they become judges, and then they become politicians, and then so drugs has a lot to do with the way the law enforcement is, and it goes down from the cops all the way up to the politicians, man.
But they're not going to stop drugs because that creates money.
That's what I'm saying. The more drugs that are involved, the more cops they need, and that's what making this, you know, all these problems, man.
That's what's making America great again, bro.
It's drugs, bro. If you really want to stop the crime, if you really want to clean up the ghettos, if you really want to do all this, then stop the drugs from coming in.
Have you not watched Snowfall, dog? There's a government behind the whole fucking drug trade, homie.
Of course there is.
Right.
The government's behind everything.
Well, ain't nobody in the ghetto got a boat.
Yeah, no.
If they do,
Why
they
is
sell
there all
dope to
these
get
gun
it.
shops and liquor stores and shit like that in the neighborhood so we can fucking destroy each other?
Right.
It's
exactly
been like
it.
that, bro. It's been like that. And then us as people we thrive on shit like that. You know, what do you do when you see a gun? You like that shit, right? Hell yeah! Oh, check out this new gun, man. This shit's bad as hell. Like, you know, we're kids. We shouldn't even be coming in contact with that shit. You know.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
You know, it's crazy, bro. I had one of my catchers, 13 years old. I coached him since he was 8, and he was white. Mother was a registered nurse. Dad was a firefighter. Came from a perfect place, you know, and they found him with a bullet shot wound to the head.
Wow.
They say he killed himself. Some people say it's an accident. The sad thing, very sad thing, man. It just pretty much messed up our community. It was crazy because I've never been, you know, I've been to prison, and I've never been, actually coaching helped me. When I got out of prison, they gave me a chance, man. They said, you know what, you ain't got nothing against kids or nothing against women, so we're going to give you a chance. And it changed me, you know. And to get up, and they asked they had 3 people speak. It was his best friend, me, and his lifelong teacher at St. Teresa's. And I don't know how I did it, bro. I don't know what I said. I can't really remember, but it came back to being about the kids. You know, and that's what a lot of people don't understand what's going on in this world. Is these kids are our future. You know, everything that we teach them or what they've been through, later on in life, it's going to come out. You know, so for me, being there and just saying what I did for him and his family, and when I was walking out, I mean, they had a fireman there, they had the whole police station there, and I'm an ex-con, dude. I've never done anything like this. You know, I never thought anybody would want me to speak. And when I was done, man, it was like people were just telling me, walking up to me, telling me that they needed more people like me in the community, that the kids need people like me in this community, and it just felt like, from coming from where I came from, it still sticks with me to this day. You know, like people actually cared what I had to say. You know, and this kid, I had seen it. And I caught it, and he had gotten hurt the game about a week before this happened, so he was done for the season. And I had seen he had missed a game and he's never missed a game. And the next game, he was there, and I said, "Hey, where were you?" I had given him a name, Country. One day we were at practice, and all the kids are listening to Drake or whatever, and he's all pissed off, not pissed off, but all sad to the side. And I said, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Well, Coach, you let everybody listen to their music, and I don't ever get to listen to mine." I was like, "What you want?" He's like, "I like country music." So I said, "Hey, 20 minutes every practice, Country got his music." I gave him that name that day. And he was the only, all the other kids are like, "Oh, turn that off, turn that off." And he was sitting in the outfield just dancing. And a few days before he passed away, and I looked at him and I told him, "Hey, where were you?" He was like, "Oh, Coach, we were on vacation." And I looked at him, and I seen like he had black under his eyes, like he hadn't slept. And I told him, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, we need you here, even though, you're hurt. We still need you here. I need you to take score for me and tell me what everybody's doing. He's like, "I got you, Coach." And that was the last time I seen him, man. I got a call about 3 or 4 days later. Man, that broke me to this day, bro. To this day. And his mom was a registered nurse, and she was in the ER working that day when her son came in. And they told her, don't go in there. And she's like, "I'm a nurse. That's my son. Let me in." Sad, bro. Terrible. They had found 13 signs, 13 reasons on his phone. I guess it was a fad that was going on.
Oh,
Yeah, it was a show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, you've had a lot of tragedy in your life, brother.
Oh man, that was terrible, bro. That was probably one of the worst things I've ever been through, because this kid was innocent. I've been through a lot. We probably brought it upon ourselves, but this was an innocent kid and he was his first time going to public school. He had been in private school his whole life, and he was so excited. He told me, "Coach, I'm finally going to public school." He'd been at St. Teresa's his whole life, and I think that might have did it.
It was just something different for him.
Yeah.
Couldn't adjust.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Let me expand on something real quick.
Yeah.
You said that you were with firemen and police and all this stuff, and they said they need more people like you in the community, so maybe things like that wouldn't happen. It's like to help out the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. If that was an actual job that paid, would you fill that position? Do you think you can make a difference?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. That's what defund the police means. Instead of hiring 100 cops, they'll hire 99 and one of you. They're still hiring 100 people, but instead of 99 and 100 cops, they're hiring X amount of cops and X amount of people like you. So, they'll get ahead of the game.
Tony, I have a question for you. How the fuck are you going to go from that to, ha ha, I was right?
No, I understand.
That's basically what you did.
I understand.
Hey.
You know what? Now that I think about it, you might be right, man. They might.
No.
I'm not saying you're saying
Seabass says I'm wrong.
No,
No. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
America
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying that you went from him telling that story to back to, ha ha, fuck you, I was right.
I'm just trying to make the point that
Right, just
that's
bringing
what
it all together.
defund the police is not necessarily take money away from the police, but is take these resources and put them somewhere else.
I feel you. No, but to be honest with you, man, if America decides to do that'd probably be a good thing, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, think about it. You got people that are going there that don't want to hurt nobody. The fucked up thing is if one of those people get killed, then it's all over.
I guess it's kind of like when the cops have a very severe situation and they have a negotiator come in, right?
Right.
They're specialized in that field on how to de-escalate the situation.
My question though is, let me, it's like playing devil's advocate, but not really, because I think about it and I'm like, yeah, you know what? You'd probably be really good at that, but at the same time, how devastating of a job would that be if you went, and even if one person that you thought you had that you were going to help, that you felt was like making a change, and something happened? Like, how destroyed would you be, bro?
I gotta say, I used to be a dispatcher, right, for a transportation company.
Right.
I thought about dispatching for 911. And boy, that takes a lot of fucking balls.
Dude, I tell you what, my sister did it for many years, almost 20 years. And I don't know how, like, I almost did. I applied for it and we had talked, and she would tell me some of the shit that she was going through, and I'm like, holy shit.
Dude, I YouTube 911 calls, and that helped me to put things in perspective.
There's some crazy shit that people have recorded, either themselves calling the cops or the cops' calls being recorded. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Like, 911, can I help you?
But
Yeah, my sister just stabbed my brother and shit. Like,
Well, there was one story that she told me about, that there was a girl that her husband was beating the shit out of her, and she was calling from the trunk of the car.
Oh my god!
And she says, "Oh my god, he's stopping." And she said, all I could do was stay on the phone with her. He said, I could hear him beating the shit out of her. He said, but I had to stay on the phone, and while I'm on the phone, I'm trying to get on the phone with whoever her cell phone company is to see if I can get a ping to find out at least more or less where they are, so they can at least go look for her. And she said, I'm hearing this woman just scream at the top of her lungs for her life, and I'm like, fuck it, I don't want the job. I'm cool. Because I told my mom, like, you know what? I want to be a psychiatrist. I thought about it first. She said, Mijo, are you serious? She said, you could, but what if somebody you were helping you couldn't help, and they ended up taking their own life and shit? I was like,
Mingo, to your point,
You know what? I heard a story. Okay, when I called the 911, when I YouTube 911 calls, I heard a story about a guy who worked in a recycling center.
okay.
And he was way in the back somewhere, and somehow he got caught in the fucking baler.
Oh, shit.
So, dude, like, you could hear this guy he was saying, please tell my mom that I love her. And he was gasping for air, and his last breath. It's just heartbreaking. Like, what the fuck? I couldn't do that shit.
Yeah, there's no way.
Hell
Well, no, you
man.
have to have the
Desensitization.
exactly. I mean, like, to your point, because you're like, if there was such a job for Rob to do what he was
You
doing.
drowned for your
Fucking
kids.
let Lou talk.
You drowned for your kids, and you're trying to kill yourself. Right. Look.
Thank you, Seabass. So to your point, though, you said, be able to get a job like that, and how can you deal with this kind of stuff? It happens, though. I mean, whether it be a firefighter, a policeman, but especially those who work as an EMT.
Hey, crack dealers get shot all the time. You imagine, yo, man, I got shot. They got EMT
ambulance drivers, and those who work in the ER or the hospital, that know that not every person that they touch or work with is going to come out okay. You just have to desensitize yourself to be able to
touch them.
Shut up.
But again, you have to have that kind of mentality, that kind of willpower, that kind of.
You just have to be
You
able
have
to.
the mentality to know
My wife
that
works
not
in
everybody's going to make it.
Exactly.
You just got to compartmentalize everything.
Exactly. You can't make everything personal. I'm not going to throw out names, but my wife works for a company that deals with funerals, and you develop a clientele, and you can't make everything personal all the time, because otherwise, yes, if you make everything personal and to a certain degree, yes, it's personalized, because we're human. You talk to a person, after a while you develop some kind of a bond. But you have to learn how to separate yourself from business and personal, because otherwise, by the time the day's over, the week's over, you're going to need your own psychological help.
So you're saying, like, people work at the morgue, they could, like, sit there and have lunch with a dead body next to them?
You have to. They should. I mean, if you can't do that, then you're in the wrong business.
Yeah, my wife worked at the ER at Desert and the one at Eisenhower, and big difference. You get people at Eisenhower with heart attacks and old losing, once in a while. Desert was trauma, where a lady came in with her son. Oh, I got a headache. She dies right there in the emergency room, and the 4-year-old kid sitting there. Where's my mom? Where's my mom? That was hard on her. She couldn't take it, so she had to leave Desert and go. Go with the old people. They get in there with chest pain. They live their life already and stuff. But that was pretty sad, man. She used to come home. I used to tell her stop every night. Emergency room in Desert. Just stop telling me.
She's just human, but it's hard. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're going to be in that industry, you have to learn how to.
Yeah, but I used to tell her, I can't hear that stuff. You can, because that's your job. I don't want to hear it, man. And I used to feel bad, but it was that bad, you guys. I'm talking bad.
But you lived a lifestyle that a lot of us can't relate to. So to you probably, I don't know, it was a trigger or some kind of a switch.
Yeah.
That would take you back to a certain, a bad time in your life that you didn't really want to hear that stuff.
Death is
back to your own
yeah. Death. I
To
have
your trauma, yeah.
I have a hard problem, especially dealing with kids, man. I'm a big. I'm for foster kids. That's me because I was a foster kid, and there's not a lot of things for foster kids out there. So I would love to donate. I do donate and stuff to Alex Smith's He had a thing because I don't know if you guys know, kids in the system, when they turn 18, they're pretty much dumped on the side of the road. And a lot of them don't have families. They don't know who their parents are. They don't have brothers, nothing. So it's I think 75 to 80% of the foster children end up in prison. So yeah, they're starting now to have programs for these kids but dude, it's bad, man. It's bad out there, especially for these foster kids who don't have nobody or nothing. And we were lucky to have our mom snap out of it and get off the drugs and get us back. But for a lot of those kids, man, they don't even know where their mom's at. So for those type of programs, and I for anybody, man, if you guys can, donate to those type of places and stuff, because those are the type of places that really need help.
I agree, man. I mean, out here in TP, we got the safe house. We did at the company I used to work with. We did a lot of work with them. We used to go pick the kids up, take them to the safe house. Even now, man, our kids, we have them gut out their closet. They grow out of clothes and shoes and stuff like that. I just gather everything and take them right over there, man. I mean, we even take them. I have a 5-year-old daughter, so as she grew out of her stuff, diapers and stuff I just take them there, man, because there's kids that are in need. You know what I mean? There's teenage kids that are pregnant. You know what I mean? That they need baby clothes, they need diapers, they need the support. You know what I mean?
And it's all about the kids, because if you could change the pace of their life early, it changes the
perspective,
the projection of their
There's a lot of people in that through my journey. I think I was 7 when I went to foster homes, and till this day, man, a couple counselors that found me drunk. I was 13 on the side of a road drunk, and I went back to the placement, and I woke up and I thought I was being locked down, because they have different levels if you fuck up. And he didn't say anything, man. And that weekend was a visit from my mom, and if I didn't, he knew that. But if I would have been in trouble, I wouldn't have been able to get a visit with my mom that weekend. And
wow.
So he was, dude. There was a few of them, man. There's good people out there, There really is, and I seen it. And being in probably 25 different foster homes, I've been around people with money, people, black, white, Asian. You say Asian, right?
Yeah. Not Oriental.
And
not Oriental.
seen different styles, different ways. People used me as a slave. Dude, I was working for some Mexican restaurant people, and I was smashing cans at 3 a.m.
I thought you were going to say beans.
That's in prison. No, but nah, man. I would wake up at 3 a.m, go to work, fucking, then come back, take a shower, go to school, and then come back and go back to the restaurant and work. And dude, it was rough, man. It was rough,
All right, Rob. Said a lot of fucking sad stories today. We got to go out on a happy one. Do you have a happy story to share? No, Vince.
There was a
You know what? I just want to say something, okay?
Okay.
My best homie is Rob right here, homie. I just want to say that. That's my best homie. And he has told me so many fucking stories that it makes me fucking proud of him. That he is who he is today. That he is the father that he is today. That he is the man who he is today. He challenges himself every fucking day to do the best that he possibly can. To be the best fucking human that he can. I'm fucking proud of him, man.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? At the end of the fucking day, he could have gone the other way. He could have lived a fucking criminal lifestyle. But he decided to make a fucking change. And that's what we need. Our community needs to make a change to impact our youth. And he does that.
Absolutely.
I try, bro. Just seen out here, Milo, his friend. Dude, he known that kid all out, Vince.
Fuck, whatever, man.
And they all show me the same love, bro. Every time any one of these kids see me, they'll stop. They'll be in the middle of a basketball game, call timeout. And if I'm walking away, they'll run up to me to give me a hug and tell me bye or something.
That's good.
It's crazy, dude. And it's just from me just always sticking up for them.
So moral of the story, guys, there's always hope. There's always the future to look forward to. So if you guys are in a slump, just learn from our boy Rob here that no matter how dark
The tunnel is.
no matter how dark it is at the time, there's if you look long enough, you'll find that there is a light at the end of that tunnel.
There's always a silver lining. You just got to keep looking for it.
There you go.
Also, too, man, it takes people to show you that. And that's what Pacheco did, man.
There you go, Pacheco.
You know
It's a
what?
pecking order, bro.
You know what? Let me say this, homie. Let me just say this. Pacheco to me, because I don't kick it with him like that,
Right.
has been all the influence that Rob has needed to fucking make a difference in Rob's life. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's so fucking deep and it goes through so many fucking different layers. Maybe the wife don't understand it. Maybe the kids don't understand it. But to Rob, it's fucking personal because it's fucking made a difference in his fucking life.
Right.
It's made the life change that he needed. I don't know if you understand the level of respect that he has for you, but he fucking loves you, homie.
He knows.
I gotta tell you that.
Nah, he does.
Do you know Tony?
Yeah, but maybe not.
He's speechless. Oh shit, my compad's speechless.
Maybe, yeah, from Rob, yes, but I didn't know that Rob necessarily
Shared
read
that.
that word in a sense, I guess you could say.
Everybody knows.
From the outside looking in, I'm telling you, he loves the shit out of you. He respects the shit out of you. You've done so many fucking things in his life. I don't know what the fuck those things are, but I'm telling you, every time that we kick it, Pacheco, homie.
He always, yeah, I don't know how you don't. He always talks about it. That was like one of the first things that he said to me that night at your house, the first time I met him.
Yeah, I know what it is. Pacheco likes his tequila, but it's really dog shit. But we drink it anyways because he likes it.
But watch, because he just sips it and then dances around every time it touches his lips.
That's being a good friend.
Right?
So I know. It's almost closing time. But to Vincent's point a little bit earlier, we're talking about your storybook, your picture book of life. Goes to show their compa and Tony. Tony's my compa, and I myself.
Let's give this story a gas pedal, shall we?
Yes. I also have a lot of respect for respect for my compa Tony. But goes to show that you put a lot of pictures in your storybook of life. But anyway, that's my 2 cents.
What the fuck
I
was
love that I said that, and it was like I hit the 1.5 times button.
Hey, you do that all the time. Hey, when I didn't know that existed, so I'm texting, hey, why the fuck are you guys talking like chipmunks? And they say, hit the other button in the corner. Oh, shit.
Anyway.
So, I mean, I've known Tony the longest, probably out of everybody here. He's never done shit for me, so we're just gonna. I'll let you know if that shit comes around and how I feel about it then. But for right now,
I'm not good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just words, man. It's not even things. It's just the right words at the right time.
no, you know what? I lived here I came back and I've been here a couple of years before I actually contacted him. We went out to go eat. The dude that was doing the show with me at the time decided he didn't want to do it anymore. And I reached out to Tony and I said, hey, listen, I'm doing this thing. I said, I'd love for you to try it out. I said, I think we're the same enough and far enough apart on shit enough to make this really work.
Let's go and eat.
And yeah, right? Am I the fat one, fucker? All right. I saw your face. It's cool. It's cool.
You ain't that much, but you're a little bit, man.
But you know what? It's funny because he does bring a totally different perspective. He has opened my eyes on certain shit. Doesn't mean I like it, but he's brought shit to my attention. And
I never liked anything.
Yeah.
Until your eyes open, like,
yeah, right? Like, motherfucker. I thought I was doing shit right the whole time. Well, Mingo, have you ever thought about doing it this way? Yeah.
Your son, he's like,
Take your fucking spray butter and go home, bitch. I'm just kidding.
I may have to give my son a fucking hug.
Yeah, right? Yeah. In private.
I ain't gonna lie, dude.
Don't touch me.
I ain't gonna lie. Seabass looks so much happier lately, man. I don't know if it's because he's jamming now or what. Shit.
Not because all you fuckers hug it. It's because all you fuckers hug it when you see him. I don't have to no more. I'm good. Rob, any final words?
Nah, man, just give your kids a hug today. Love them little motherfuckers.
Vince, any final words?
Yeah, everybody just show love to each other. We just got to grow with each other.
Thank you for joining in on the podcast tonight. I know that's not why you came, but we're glad that you did.
Thanks, Vince.
Tony, any final words?
Yeah, I got to go out of the box. My cousin Ermin, my goddaughter Erica's birthdays are this Sunday. So that's Champ's mom and sister. So happy birthday to you two.
Lou?
Yeah, talking about giving our kids hugs. Yeah, my son's back from college, so reunited and it feels so good. I have all four of my kids at home. So shout out to the family.
Use them for labor.
I sure do. Especially tomorrow, they're gonna help me with the yard work, kids. We're waking up tomorrow to do some yard work. So yes.
Did you get them all Home Depot vests?
Yes.
Probably got on the back of Home Depot. We working $80 a day, kids.
My final words is yes. Speaking from experience, hug your children.
Fuck all y'all. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out. We appreciate you. Love you. See you soon. Peace.
Wing, wing, wing.